Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, May 5th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $, ORION, NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners live, play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So first pitch should be in about 20 minutes for now. And then we have the Celtics on the road visiting the 76ers. And right now it's 95-86 Boston. Series is tied 1-1. And then I wasn't watching a little bit of the hockey matchup, but it was getting a little bit out of control. New Jersey was down, I think, 3 goals last time I checked. Big shot there in the corner, 95-89 Boston. I'm ready to go. So a pretty good, sports day. I would say out of all the series that are left, this is one of the top 2 with the Lakers and the Warriors. As far as excitement, you really don't know who's going to win, even though I think a lot of people have that, inner feeling that Boston is the better team and they're going to end up winning the series, right? But with the Lakers and Warriors, that feels like it's going to go 7, and it honestly could go either way. Even though I think the Warriors are the better team, the Lakers are showing that they can hang. At least they did in Game 1. Game 2 was another story. And obviously having Embiid being healthy is the same thing with like Giannis. If you don't have Giannis or Embiid, you're not going to be able to win a 7-game series, even if James Harden gets hot in a game or 2. And obviously the same thing goes with Brown and Tatum. If you miss out on some of those guys and they get injured, then they're done. So pretty competitive. We haven't done a baseball matchup in about a week and a half or so. So I'm ready to go. And Luis Castillo is pitching. So obviously that's money. And on top of that, right, we have a really good matchup with the Dodgers and Padres that are going to be pitching. If the Mariners weren't on, this is the game that I would have done. I looked at the playoff hockey, but I thought, well, that one might not be, as close as we think. And at Kershaw, obviously pitching against Yu Darvish, Elliot, your guys. So normally I don't miss opportunities, but it's just a simple fact that matchup is fire. But I got Louise. I got to be able to do the Mariner games as well, but I'm going to try to keep up on that, and you can keep up on that with me as well. Keep me updated, because I know my dad and a few other fans of the Padres and Dodgers, they'll be messaging me, or, obviously I'll be checking as we do these streams together, but that's what I'm going to be looking on, Clayton Kershaw, to see what he can do, as well as Luis Castillo. My boy, how are you, bro? Let's go. Keep me updated on everything that's going on. And, like I said, anytime Kershaw pitches, and especially when he's late in his career and he starts off, with like a 5-1 record, I think that's pretty shocking. Most people would have thought, well, probably 500, 3-3, or maybe he struggles and he's 2-4. And we just say, well, Kershaw's old. But this season, for whatever reason, he's hot, he's healthy, he's getting ahead in the counts, and he's got a fantastic record. It's one of the best in baseball, considering how old he is. So even though the Dodgers don't feel like maybe a World Series contender yet, they probably will be the Braves' biggest threat, even though parts of that lineup haven't really been as good as years past when they had Bellinger and Turner. And I'm excited to see what you can do with Tatis and the rest of your guys. If you guys can get on a roll, I think the Padres are a good team, but they started off kind of slow like everyone else. Sarah's in the building. How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Yes. And that's why it was very hard for me to choose, between this one or that one. I mean, obviously I could have done NHL hockey playoffs, with the Devils. I could have done this Celtics and Sixers, but it's been like, a week and a half, 2 weeks. We've been doing a lot of other things. I went on my trip to Seattle against the Cardinals, and it just so happens Louise is pitching. And if I'm going to choose any game to do, any game that Louise is pitching is a priority. So we want to make sure we can get back on track. And obviously I'm very excited to see what happens here. And last time I checked, I think the Dodgers were up 1-0. 1-0. If that's changed, let me know. Sarah with the $5. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. $5 holla. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Some people are celebrating, some people not as much. I'm not doing any drinking. I don't really have any plans. Two, I want to spend time with Paisley. Went on the hour walk. It's been a little bit of overcast weather. Got a chance to go to the dispensary, so I'm all good to go there. So I'm just ready for, to kind of finish up this Celtics Sixers game and then get into this Mariners matchup, which we're going to have first pitch in about 15 minutes. And City Connect, as you're going to see the color that I'm wearing, you're going to see something kind of special with their jerseys here today. They're pretty cool. I'm not sure if I like the pants on them, but everything else is pretty fire, the hat and the jersey. $5 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. Let me know what you want to see for players or anything you want to see picture-wise, and I got you. Oh, my gosh, 7? Bro, how big is your team? What do you when you do fantasy baseball? Educate me. Like, what does the roster look like? In football, it's like 9 slots, right? And then you have bench guys, so it's normally like 15 or 16 total. What does it look like for baseball? Give me an update on that. Yeah, Darvish has been about, 50-50. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, and that reflects the kind of 500 record, like a 3-3. Some games really good, but some games you're like, what the hell happened, right? But with Kershaw, for being as old as he's been in the last few years, some of the years he's just been injured or just plain old, not good. Then you had Walker Buehler and Urias and all these other guys that started to pass him. Instead of Kershaw being the 1, he turned into like the 3 or the 4. And then Gonsolin, Anderson last year. So it's like Kershaw almost is having like a rebirth in his career. And I'm really happy because that's my dad's favorite player, other than Sandy Koufax. It's a guy that we'll never give up on. We're always going to root for him. Yeah, we know he's getting older and he might not have the same stuff. But that's really what made that connection with me and my dad even stronger, rooting for someone that was like a modern day Sandy Koufax, but just not as good, but still the closest thing to Sandy that you probably have seen from a lefty in the last 20, 30 years. Facts. Oh, nice block by the Celtics. They have been getting it going. Nice 6-game hit streak. Now, what about Tatis though? Is he still starting off a little slow? Yeah. I mean, like I said, for me, Kershaw is like, that's priority as well. When Dodgers are playing, Kershaw, regardless of what his record, he could be 1-5 and I still would want to do the game. But then knowing that you're a fan of the Padres, it's your favorite guy, Darvish, that would have been kind of a cool thing if I was able to swing that. But, obviously when I do these streams, the prep for me is usually about an hour and a half because I got to get the photos, I got to make the thumb, I got to get all the tags, and there's so much preparation that goes on before I start, maybe compared to others. So, but I will be able to do some Padre matchups. Hey, hell, maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll see what the schedule is for tomorrow. Oh, big 3. Ooh, baby. 97-92 Celtics. Oh, nice. Odin's son is such an OG. He says, I'm not going to be able to be here tonight, right? It's my friend's birthday and obviously Cinco de Mayo, right? But he still ended up donating a 20 spot. What an awesome fella. Always looking out even when he can't even be here. Kind of like with Cyberpunk too. Sometimes it's just kind of a drive-by dono. Sometimes it's like I'm busy. But to be able to think of me even in that, and that's why, certain people are the GOATs. Man, thank you so much, man. I'll have to message him here privately, like on Instagram or well, actually, I think he went off Twitter and he took off his social medias. So I think I'll have to just message him here in a second. Oh, Embiid just fucking right on the back of his head. Oh my God. Bloody nose and his teeth come out. That looked fucking crazy. Odin's son with a 20. So you had 2 Celtics players go to the ground and one guy's face down and he almost got like curb stomped like an American History X. And then Embiid was like falling backwards. And then the back of his foot, all his weight, boom, right on the back of the head. And then his head and his forehead, boom, jammed right into the floor, nose into the floor, teeth into the floor. I hope he didn't lose any teeth. Because in that situation, you easily could have. That was nasty. I hope he's okay. The nose is bleeding like a motherfucker, though, so that fucking hurt. Odin's son with a 20, even though he can't be here. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. 25-75 to go. Tatis is turning around 216. Oh, good. I knew it would take some time. Daniel's in the building. How are you? Backlash. Oh, my God, I totally forgot. So I guess we're doing Backlash tomorrow night, huh? And I'll get you some Mookie bets. And let me get the breakdown here. 1 starter per position plus a utility spot. At least I know what UTL means. And then you get 7 starting pitchers. I have Betts, Machado, Tatis, Muncy, Darvish, and Kershaw. Wow. Here, let me message Odin. Thank you for your support, my brother. You always want to make sure you're showing that gratitude no matter what. You know, it's like nothing is ever guaranteed. You always want to make sure, you know, $1, you know, $500, anything in between. So 192 Celtics. And then first pitch for this Mariners game is going to be in about 10 minutes. Nice layup by Harden. Like, you know, if I'm going to do NBA, like I can get into these 2 teams. These are 2 of the top 3 minus Milwaukee. You know, they have enough players where Harden and Embiid make it exciting, and Brown and Tatum and the rest of the role players are exciting. It's like watching the Lakers and the Warriors, maybe a little bit better, just depending if you don't like, you know, some of those guys like LeBron or AD, or if you don't like Curry, or, you know, but you're getting enough superstar play. And, you know, like I said, if you're a non-fan of the NBA or just a casual fan, you know, you can get into this series. Like, you know, obviously basketball isn't really my favorite anymore, but I can watch this and enjoy it. But I can't really watch every series with the same kind of passion because there's just a lack of talent. Offensive foul. Wow. All right, let's get some Mookie bets here. And I'll go over the starting lineups. I had to get some new photos. I had to, you know, kind of step it up and do. I always want to keep it fresh, you know, for everybody, you know, no matter, I don't know who's going to be showing up. And I want to make sure that we're going to have some of the old stuff, but we're going to have some of the new stuff too. Hey, I messaged you. Hey, I appreciate you. You know, I'm always going to show that gratitude, and I appreciate you. And I was thinking about doing the game, but I had a feeling that it might get ugly, and it did. And, you know, it's Cinco de Mayo. It's your friend's birthday. You can't let that particular matchup get you down. But I think you even kind of knew it. But I'm not sure if you thought it was going to be 4-0. I thought that it could get a little ugly where you might lose by 2 to 3 goals in this particular matchup in this game. But I still think that, you know, you never know what can happen in these playoffs, especially with the NBA and the NHL. So I'll definitely be rooting for you, you know, and the rest of the series. It just sucks, you know, when you get beat. And Seattle Kraken, they got beat last night, but I expected it. Nice offensive rebound by Embiid. You know, and like I said, if you know the psychology of sports, you know, usually when a team is really good and they drop the first game at home, you know, they usually rebound and win game 2. If you go back and just look at history, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean I have ESP for everything, but I just remember. And you know, you go back and just look and, you know, look at the different statistics. But every once in a while, you'll get a case like Florida, who just like scratches and claws their way, you know, into the playoffs as the last spot. And then what happens? You play Boston, best record, most points scored, some like history stuff, right? Groundbreaking-ish. And then you beat them. And then not only do you beat them, you go into Toronto, where most people are thinking Toronto's going to win and probably 5 or 6. And boom, you win the first 2 on the road in Toronto's building when they said they wanted Florida. Now they're looking like idiots saying that, man, we're dumb. Why did we say we want Florida after them beating Boston and then thinking that they weren't like on a high momentum level? And then they're punched them right in the mouth twice. And now they're up 2-0 and they have a really good shot on beating Toronto. So it's crazy how insane I'm into NHL overall now, like in general, but I actually love it. I just needed the certain people to kind of get me there. And then obviously having that Kraken game 7, that was really the tipping point for me. I was like, you know, I need to, you know, buy a jersey. I need to go to a game or 2, and then I'll get the fandom, you know, the fire lit up in me. But then that game 7 opportunity was just there. And I was like, let's do this. Let's see if we can make some history. Now I'm going to, you know, be on board forever. And not only that, it gave me the passion to care about everyone. So it's like I can watch another matchup and still like get into it. Like I'm still into the, you know, the Florida matchup, you know, I'm still into every single matchup that we're getting. I mean, even if it's not Seattle. So that's pretty interesting that I've, you know, come to that point, but I love it. All right, let's get some Mookie here, and I'll go over the starting lineups. I like that one.
I used to never wear underwear. Skims changed that. Our underwear just molds to your body like you're wearing nothing at all. This is Skims.
Resume run.
And then I don't know if Odin's son, if you got to take off or what your situation is, but I can throw up a photo or two if need be. I'm going to delete some of these other Kraken photos to make room.
You've earned this, so hold it up high.
But it feels good to be like, watching a little bit of baseball at this point. I've waited a few days, so appreciate you, brother.
All for a perfectly imperfect critique. You've never bought into the idea.
Oh, wow. See, and you never would have, and then like that's extra information that you learn with like fantasy, and then you watch the game on a different level. So now you're starting to like watch the game like how I watch football and how I watch sports, like going so deep where, you start to look at matchups and certain information. So then you can start predicting on maybe what might happen. And then you become more intelligent about the game overall. It's not just about what the black and the white is. Sometimes it's that gray area, to be able to, show how much you know. So that's awesome, bro. All right, so I'm just finishing up 103-96 with the Celtics, but I should flip it over here because the Mariners are going to be on. They're just doing the pregame. All right, here we go, baby. All right, let's go over the starting lineups. Let's do that, and then I'll go up and throw up some more photos here. So starting off with the Houston Astros. Let's go over their lineup, and they have some starting pitching that's hurt, as well as Altuve and a few others. So they're struggling. Some of these names are going to be a little interesting, but we'll see how they do. Leading off for the Houston Astros, second baseman Mauricio Dubon. Batting second for Houston, third baseman Alex Bregman. Batting third, DH Yordan Alvarez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman Jose Abreu. Batting fifth, right fielder Kyle Tucker. Batting sixth, shortstop Jeremy Pena. Batting seventh, left fielder Corey Jokes. Batting eighth, center fielder Jake Myers. And batting ninth, catcher Martin Maldonado. On the mound for Houston, Christian Javier. All right, enough of this Houston. Let's flip this off, and we got to be able to put the Seattle one up. All right. And for the Mariners, special jerseys that we got going here. Leading off for Seattle, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, first baseman Ty France. Batting third, left fielder, the MVP and our hero, Jared Kelenic. Batting fourth, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Batting fifth, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting sixth, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Batting seventh, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting eighth, DH, Taylor Trammell. And batting ninth, second baseman, Colton Wong. And on the mound for the Mariners, Luis Castillo. Man, the Mariners need to fucking hire your boy. I could definitely read the names off in the stadium doing the starting lineups. Let's go. Miss you guys, man. It's all good, dude. Cinco de Mayo. I'm just happy that you came and stopped in, and I messaged you. I didn't know if you were coming in. Mariners are debuting the City Connects. These are sweet. They remind me of kind of like the 70s or 80s Mariners uniforms. The pants could be, the same color. It could have been all blue, or maybe the pants being white, but they got kind of like dark pants. They're almost blackish with like yellow belt and yellow trim. It's like kind of a blue like I got on, as far as the blue and the yellow, Seattle in lowercase. And then we got the M. The hat looks fresh. The jersey looks fresh. Julio's got the chain on right now with the bubble gum. He looks loose. And it's our rivals. It's the Astros. So, and anytime we can debut something new, like the only gripe I have about the whole set is I like the pants. I like the shoes, the socks, the jersey, the hat. The pants is the only thing that could probably be a little bit better. But for what it is, just being that City Connect jersey, I kind of like it. And it's not like you're going to go out and buy the pants. It's like that's not even an option to buy, so who cares? If it could be a different color, like dark blue, if it was white, would it look better? Yeah, I probably would. But they tried to kind of do something different, and I like them for taking a risk like that. So, yeah, have fun, brother. Tell her happy birthday for me. Yeah, tough. Yeah, and like I said, 4-0 right now. But maybe for pride, just like Seattle, if they can get like a goal or two. I mean, I'll tell you, 4-2 is a hell of a lot better than 4-0 mentally going into the next matchup. I mean, you know that you lost, but it definitely feels better when you at least made a run at the end and didn't give up completely. Ooh, these are fire. These City Connects, I like this. Like I said, I think the pants, if they did all blue, it would have been better. Or if they did the blue, yellow, and then the white, and white pants, blue pants. But again, they're trying to look for like that 70s, 80s look that's very unique and different. And it's kind of like a dark navy blue, almost blackish. And they're wearing the long sleeves with it too. Chopper, right to JP Crawford. One away. Let's go. Nice job, Louise. And we'll get some Houston players up. Dubon grounded out to J.P. Crawford. Next up, third baseman Alex Bregman. Pitch right down the middle. 0-1 count. No balls, one strike. He's only batting .212 this season. Career versus Castillo 0 for 3. In the strike zone again. 0-2 count. Louise, come on, baby. I like what I'm seeing. Let's go. He's going for one of the fouled off. He's trying to get the Cy Young this year. You could definitely tell. We know that our team isn't very good right now, but we've started slow the last couple years, and we still try to, find a way to get to 90 wins. And I know, really, really good teams are over 100. I get it, but God, we've started off so shitty. Chopper towards first base. 2 away. Good job, Ty. Let's go. A dribbler to JP and out. Another dribbler to Ty France. Next up for the Astros, DH Yordan Alvarez. A lot of boos out here in Seattle. And obviously, this is our number one rival besides the Angels. So, oh, for sure. Did he almost won it? If he didn't get tired at the end, he would have won it all. I mean, if you actually look at the amount of home runs that he actually hit, obviously if you hit lower in a round and you go off in one round and you win it, but then obviously you come a little short in the second round or third round. Yeah, it sucks. Alvarez popped up. Julio's there. Let's go. Nice. Top of the first inning for Castillo as Teoscar Hernandez throws it into the crowd. Everyone's smiling. They got the new unis on. They're feeling good. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning. Would like to see Julio kind of get on a little run. He's definitely underachieving at this point. Matt's in the building. How are you? All right, no worries. Glad that you stopped by and that you're hanging out. Hope you feel better. Yeah, but we got Kraken tomorrow or on Sunday, so we don't have too many days to wait. Sarah with a $5. Just trying to get a dono train going. Appreciate that. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'll get you some more Mookie bets and some other photos as we go throughout the commercial breaks. $30. 70 to go to hit the goal, at least for the first initial goal. Leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the first inning with those new City Connects. Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, first baseman, Ty France. And batting third, the MVP of the Mariners this season, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. I kept telling Reflect, there's no way in hell we can get rid of this guy. I know he started off really slow last year, went down to AAA, but now as you see the 7, 8, 9 hole, and obviously the DH struggles, it's like, it's a blessing that we even have Jared. If we didn't have Jared in the lineup, who knows what our record would be. Honestly, he single-handedly has probably won 4 or 5 games already this season just based off what he's done on offense or offense and defense. Damn, that Julio City Connect looks nice. Oh, man. The Jeff from, Safeway, he's been working there for like 15, 20 years. He's a Mariner fan, and I usually talk to him when I stop in there, and I stopped in there. I was wearing my Julio jersey today, and he's like, "You going to get the City Connect?" And I was like, "Oh, Julio, back. Oh, at the wall, caught." I thought Julio was going to go yard. God, those City Connects, that Julio, woo! I might have to purchase that one day. Damn. And it really pops with the yellow. Just everything in yellow. Seattle's in yellow and undercase. Rodriguez, the 44. Just the contrast of this color blue with yellow, it really pops. Well, he popped out, one away. Next up, we have Ty France. Come on, Ty. Pitches high, batting .235 this season. 1 home run, 15 ribbies for the All-Star from last year, Ty France, which I really enjoy. It's not like a Jesse Winker situation or some of the other players that are kind of come and gone. Like, at first, you don't really know what you're going to get, but he's exceeded expectations of every Mariner fan. And we're so blessed to have someone when Julio's struggling, you can usually rely on one of the two to step it up. And if both are struggling, then you got a guy like Jared that can kind of lift everybody. And then we also got Suarez and Big Dumper. And then Teoscar. So honestly, 6 out of the 9 spots I really love. And then 7, 8, 9 is kind of shaky, but that's how it is for a lot of the teams that are on the fence right now. It's just tough. 3-0 pitch, and they walked him. We'll take a little 4-pitch walks to Ty France. Let's go. Ty France takes a walk. I like that. Thank you, Mr. Javier. Keep pitching like that. Next up, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. My boy. Yeah, we can do some Hacksaw. We can do that for her. No problem. Yeah, you just got to be able to pace yourself no matter what you do. Whatever research, reading, film study, you always want to make sure you're not doing too much. Like, I love this. Like, this is my life. This is my passion. This is everything to me. Like, this is, my legacy. I love it. But even with that being said, when you're grinding every day, even though I do love it, sometimes, it's nice to be able to spend time with the pup. And be able to do that. But usually in a 24-hour day, I'm reading for 4 to 6 hours. I'm, doing some film study, and then I'm usually doing a stream for 3 or 4 hours. I still get my time with her, but you always want to do everything in moderation. You got to be able to give yourself a little bit of a break. 1-1 pitch to Kelenic. Pitches outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, it's awesome. And like I said, I'm not going to always be right about everything. Like, I'm not going to be right on every prediction that I have about every player, but I feel if I really care and I'm really going deep diving with the statistics and the film, and I look at history, sometimes I can, be pretty spot on with certain predictions or have a little ESP, or if I just say it out loud and then sometimes it happens or it comes to life on its own, you talk it into existence. But yeah, there's no way that, we could have even thought about getting rid of someone like this. Like I said, I really liked him, and I felt that mental health kind of got to him, and he got a little frustrated. Got him looking. That was questionable in the zone. Damn it. 2 away. Fans are booing. But, for him to be able to get out of AAA, come here, into the regular season, and then in the Cactus League, he was number one. OPS, batting average, RBIs. So I thought, hell, if he could be number one in spring training, obviously, and just doing this Cactus League games, Grapefruit League, and if you can kick ass in preseason, maybe you can carry it over into the regular, and that's exactly what he did. And thank God, because if not, I can't even imagine how many wins we would have right now. We would have under 10 wins right now for sure if we didn't have Jared in the lineup. Next up, my guy, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. 237 average, 3 home runs, 18 ribbies this season. So a lot of our top 6 guys, Julio, France, Kelenic, Suarez, Raleigh, Teoscar. Maybe Kelenic is the only one that's doing what we, need. You want to be 280, 290, 300 and above. And I feel with Julio, France, Suarez, Raleigh, and Hernandez, their numbers are way lower than they should be right now. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to Eugenio Suarez. Got these helmets and the jerseys. They're looking good, man. It's very slick. I really like it's like almost the green apple for my Ducks. The certain blue that the Mariners rock. I really do love it. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Suarez. Come on, Eugenio. Let's go. Got him. Damn it. All right, Javier. I see you. You got a couple strikeouts on our boys. All right. End of the first inning. Knotted up at 0.
Every Sunday after the game on Root Sports.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like slide ball, water rafting, trip oils, wave fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
Yeah, crazy. I know he's been like the hottest player all year, and they've been saying like, do you think that they can he can hold a 400 average like Ted Williams for the whole year? We're already chunking away. I don't know exactly what percentage of the games that we're in as far as are we 10% into the schedule, 15, 20? But still, even to this point, is wild. We haven't seen anyone bat this long at this pace for a long time. So I hope that he can keep it up. But realistically, he'll probably finish. You would think, even if he is on fire, you would think it would be like 320 to 380. But I mean, that would be insane. But I mean, batting 437 is nuts.
Expectations answered.
Nice. Yeah, but also, too, you can do mock drafts and you can watch like highlights, but the only way that you're actually going to be able to be a good evaluator of talent is if you watch the games in entirety. And if you don't watch games in entirety, you're not going to be able to have the same kind of knowledge as someone that, that does. That's just plain and simple. So if you watch guys at high school and college, and if you have a really good, understanding of what their talent level is, then those people can predict the success of the guys that are going to be in the draft and going into the NFL much better than people that don't watch those people in college. That's why I think college football is so important for the NFL side, because if you're not watching college football, you're not going to really understand how good the players are going to be that are coming to your team, let alone the other players that are on the other teams. And some guys, they hit their ceiling in college and they just don't get any better. They as good as they got is what you saw in college, and that's it. There's no better than that. And they were playing at shittier competition than the NFL. And some guys just can't, take it to that next level. And, and then we see other guys that exceed expectations where we thought nothing and they turn into Pro Bowlers or Hall of Famers. Or there's just guys that are beast mode players where they look the part and they have the physicality. And they bring the results, like a Derrick Henry. When you saw Derrick Henry in college and you saw him going to the draft, you're like, well, this guy's probably going to be a top 10, top 5 back, just based off his size and where he went to school and just his production. So some are a little bit easier to predict than others, if you can just tell by frame and overall body size and athletic ability. Chopper down third, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Castillo. Let's go. Abreu, big swing and a miss. Got him. First strikeout for Luis. Next up, right fielder Kyle Tucker. Brandon in the building. How are you, bro? Tucker? Nice chopper. One of the most underrated players. I don't think a lot of people really knew who he was. And when they had their playoff run and they won the World Series, every big game, every clutch hit. Yeah, everyone knows Bregman and Yordan Alvarez and Altuve. But I think that, the guys that really shine to make a name for themselves were obviously Kyle Tucker and this next guy right here, Jeremy Pena. You really got to see that, hey, you don't have to be the most famous name. You can even be the fourth or the fifth guy. But these guys were just as deadly as anyone else in the lineup. And like I said, I really respect their game. Big swing and a miss. No balls, one strike. But again, obviously with Altuve, that's a whole nother story. But he's injured and he's not playing today. And they have a number of injuries with their starting pitching staff as well as a couple starters in this lineup. Because as we go through this lineup, if it sounds unfamiliar with some of these names, well, there's guys that are hurt. Pitch is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Come on, Luis. Teams passed up on Josh Downs, probably, injury, probably just fit for their team, and like I said, you're going through a board there. So it's just one person isn't going to make the decision. They say that it hit him. Pena claiming it hit him. Yeah, that didn't hit him. Come on, Jeremy. Yeah, but, a lot of guys get passed up on the draft. And like I said, this was a lower draft, than most years. As we move forward in the next 2 years, there's going to be more talent coming out of the draft than this year. But again, there's going to be surprises and there's going to be people that we don't expect to really do anything that will turn into stars, just based off fit, coaching, and supporting cast. Chopper. Come on, JP. There we go. 2 away. Next up, left fielder Corey Julks. Come on, Louise. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and as you guys know, sometimes people are slept on. Just because you're not the most popular thing at the time doesn't mean you're not good. Sometimes people are underrated. That people aren't really woke to certain athletes or certain people that are out there. Just because someone's popular doesn't mean that they're the best. I mean, sometimes it's a fad and it fizzles out. True greatness will stand the length of time. That's facts. .284 average for Julks, 2 home runs, 9 ribbies. And that's another individual that normally wouldn't be getting a lot of time. Julks, Myers, about Dubon. You got 1, 2, 3 guys in the lineup that normally aren't in there, normally, if the injuries weren't present. Fouled off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But sometimes someone's trash is someone's, treasure. And if they just, pass up on a guy, and they like, think about how many wide receivers that got passed up, or when someone picked it wrong, it's like, look at the Eagles when they, had a chance to get certain players to join that organization. And, you pick like Rager, when you could have had like an AJ Brown type of player, or like a Justin Jefferson type of player. Sometimes teams fuck up, and they assume that this guy's going to pan out, and, they're going based off maybe what they think is a need. Chopper, right to Wong. There we go. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. We leave 1 stranded. Still knotted up at 0. Nice job, Louise. What else do you want to see, Sarah? You want some more Mookie Betts? What else do you want? I got you. What time is the WWE pay-per-view tomorrow? Is it at 5? Abreu needs to keep. Yeah, well, he's not the same player as he was, back then. So if you remember him from like his previous teams, it's a different story. When a guy gets a little bit older. Now, if you had the rest of the guys in the lineup, it probably would help him. Being surrounded by more greatness like Abreu, having Altuve and Alvarez and Tucker and Pena, and just having the full complement of the lineup. Because obviously, if you look at the lineup, compared to last year, you're normally not having Dubon, you're not having Julks, Myers. Those guys are not in the lineup. And Altuve's typically leading off. So, yeah, a lot of teams have been struggling. I mean, you're 16-15, we're 15-16, and that's probably pretty unacceptable for both of our teams. Let's be honest. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Mariners, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting second, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. And batting third, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Okay, let's do that. We'll even go some old school.
One of the homestand, the Astros come to town for 3, and the Rangers will be here for 3 games as well. Mariners' first look at Houston this year.
All right, come on, Cal. Get a couple more photos here. And we'll go down here. Hey, we got to cheer someone up. Hey, here we go. Hey, Kraken, we're going to get this nice dub, though, in Game 3 on Sunday. I'm going to do the game. The energy in the building is going to be fucking wild. It's going to be crazy. So we just got to wait a couple days. Sunday comes around. Boom, Kraken win. It's going to be electric. Hopefully that made you feel a little bit better. Yeah. And, it's crazy. I do feel kind of a Pete Carroll vibe with him, too. Not just based on how they look and their hair and, maybe, Caucasian, similar in age, but there's just kind of a vibe about him like Pete, where it's hard to explain. It's representing Seattle sports, but I feel that they're kind of similar. I know Pete's like the ultimate player coach, and he likes to have fun. He's always, playing, snapping, with the players and doing drills, big strikeout there for Cal Raleigh. We'll get you on the next one on the flip side. But I feel that kind of vibe with Hack as well. Like there's something really special about him. And like sometimes, you feel it like with certain coaches or players, like this is a fit. This is like the long-term answer. Or no, this is just temporary. We need to get someone better to get us further. And I feel like, Pete can stay there with Schneider now as long as they want until they're ready to go. They've already proven in the last 2 drafts that they still got it, and they've improved up here. They know what they're doing now. Because a few drafts prior to that, there was some question marks. But they've really turned it around. And I don't think you're hearing anybody on the Seahawks side saying fire Pete or fire Schneider anymore. All that talk from Seattle fans and non-Seattle fans is dried up, deservedly so. But with Hack, I feel it like, and just the way that he talks to the players, the interviews that I've seen, it's a fantastic fit. And if we're going to end up winning anything big, I think that he's going to be the one responsible. I really highly doubt we'll fire him anytime soon. Teoscar popped up on the 2-1 count. 2 away. Raleigh with the strikeout. Teoscar with the pop-up. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. What's up, Repo Joe? Well, both our teams aren't as good as last year, so. $30. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. No problem. I got you. Yeah, and like I said, a lot of the people that are regulars, are a part of the reason why. I mean, that game 7 was the thing that kind of was like the tipping point for me. But Megan, your love for the Kraken, and then obviously I know Sarah and Odin's son follow it like all the time on a regular basis, and then we had Dusk and a few other people. So it's just like a combination of all of y'all, and now it's like that thing that was missing in my life, just like NASCAR was for about 10 or 15 years, now is back. And then I can scale back NBA, push that back into the background, and then I have 2 things that kind of replace it. Even though I'll still, do a little NBA, with like the playoffs and the finals, but it's just nice to be able to have those others there when it's non-football season. 3 balls, 1 strike to JP. Bottom of the second, we're knotted up at 0. We're wearing the brand new City Connect jerseys, brand new helmet, brand new hat, brand new jersey, brand new gloves, brand new shoes, brand new pants. Everything is brand new with this uni. Popped up, fouled. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full for JP. And it's been about, it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks from the last time I did a Mariner game. Last one was the Cardinals in game 1 before I went on my trip. So. At the knees, got him. Nice pitch by Javier. I see you, Javier. Yeah, but that also shows you how crazy, Major League Baseball is right now, where if you're actually looking at the league and in general, a lot of the teams, that were really, really good last year really aren't that good right now. And a lot of teams that were kind of dog shit for years and years now are like actually doing something special. Like the Tampa Bay Rays, I don't know if anyone saw them winning 10 plus games, starting off, 12, 13 and 0, and they're at 27-6. That's fucking insane. The Orioles are 22-10. That's pretty, surprising. The Blue Jays and the Yankees are at the bottom of the East. Who would have thought that? Right? Twins and Guardians at the top. That's not really a surprise in the Central. Usually it's going to be the Guardians on top, Twins second, but they flip-flopped. Everything else is kind of how it's supposed to be. But the Rangers in first place, and then the Angels, and then here's the Astros and Mariners, and the A's are absolute dog shit. So obviously the Astros and Mariners are better than 3rd and 4th in the division. We should be better than the Angels and Rangers, but pitching and hitting has been tough. The Braves look like a World Series team, 22-11. No surprise there. The Mets have been on a big slide. They're in second. And even with their big slide, like losing 9 out of the last, 11, 17-16 record, right? Pirates are in first in the Central. Brewers in second. And then obviously the Cardinals in last. I don't think anyone saw that coming, me or Sarah. Dodgers are starting to finally get above 500, and now they're 19-13, but they started off 500 for a good chunk of the year, and like the Diamondbacks and the Giants were doing a little bit better, but now they've kind of gone back to reality. Padres in 3rd place, but you already know it's going to be Dodgers and Padres once you get everyone healthy there. But what a wild year. Like the Padres, obviously not having Tatis, struggling. Cardinals pitching, hitting, struggling. But it is also cool to see like the Brewers doing well, the Pirates doing well. The Rangers doing well. The Orioles, for me, doing well is cool. Tampa Bay Rays. So it's like, some of these teams are going to turn it around, but we are going to see some of these new teams like the Orioles in the playoffs this year, and I think that's awesome. It's always new to be able to bring in new stars, and Rushman obviously is a stud at catcher. Right down third base, Myers with a stand-up double. Nice hit by Jake. Right down the third baseline in the top of the third, and runners in scoring position already. Next up, for the Astros, catcher Martin Maldonado. Yeah, the A's are terrible. Well, they can only get like 1,000 people to go to their game. They're going to end up moving, it sounds like, to Vegas. I know Portland was in the talks, for them, but it's just sad. The fans aren't going to spend the money if the owners aren't going to spend. There we go. 1 away. Little dribbler to first base. Michael in the building. How are you? Yeah, well, that's always a special thing, too, when you have such a low payroll, but they have players that believe in themselves. And they're 18-2 at home. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, they have a plus 115 differential. I mean, that is just fucking insane, man. I know a lot of people haven't watched Rays games in entirety, but plus 115 is fucking insane. I mean, normally you're sitting at like plus 30, plus 45. If you have a really good team, plus 50, maybe plus 60 or 70. Hell, the Rangers are plus 69. Get the fuck out of here. But plus 115 is the highest I've ever seen with 33 games played, ever. So, yeah, it's just wild, man. But again, the Rangers will flatten out, and I think the Astros and Mariners eventually will go up. Angels will scale down, and we'll be able to catch up. It's not like we're that far behind. Rangers are 18-12. And honestly, if the Astros didn't have injuries and the Mariners didn't have, shittier pitching and we actually had a better 7, 8, 9 hole, I think both of our teams would be sitting closer to what the Ranger record would be than us sitting at 16-15 Astros and Mariners 15-16. So big swing and a miss. Got him. Castillo with the strikeout. Let's go. Nasty. Let's go, baby. Nice job, Luis. Next up, in the order, Alex Bregman. 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. He's very clutch. 0-1 pitch. Castillo is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. 210 average, 4 home runs, 15 ribbies. And that's low. A lot of guys that are quality baseball players are just fucking struggling, in April and May. And hopefully around by June, a lot of these numbers that are sitting in the low 200s, under 200, way under 250. Well, some of these guys will get above 250. And, not all of them are going to hit 300. But obviously 250 to 290 is a hell of a lot better than hitting 200 to 250. That's facts. Got Harold Reynolds here in the booth. That's awesome. Pitches outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch for Castillo. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full. We got a runner at third that we need to keep stranded with 2 outs. Yeah, happy birthday to you, Pops, tomorrow. But, so we might be doing, the WWE pay-per-view, and then I don't know how many streams that we're going to be doing on Saturday and Sunday, if we're going to do 1 or 2 each, but we'll figure it out once I look at the schedule tomorrow. Big walk there. Now we got runners at first and third. Next up, DH Yordan Alvarez. It's cool that they have Harold Reynolds in the booth. They normally don't have him there, but they got all kinds of other things going on with the Kraken and all these other teams that are playing. Top of the third, Astros 0, Mariners 0. Runners on the corners on first and third. 2 away. Yordan Alvarez in the box. 0-1 pitch. Oh, no. Oh, no. Popped up. Back. Gone. 3-run dinger by Yordan Alvarez. A Mariner fan in the front row in the outfield gets the ball. 3-0 jack by Yordan Alvarez. Nice job. Your boy's not a hater. Nice job. Unbelievable. At least it wasn't Robbie Ray this time. Nice job, Astros. I'm probably like the only Mariner fan that I'm actually probably the only sport fan that is like civil. I try to make it a broadcast, not just for my favorite team, but, you want to make sure like visiting fans, or if they're fans of other teams, you want to make sure you're showing, the photos and showing the love. It's good sports karma instead of just being a hater all the time. 3-0 Astros. Oh, not good for Luis. I mean, kind of getting in a 3-0 hole like that, but we just need to get our bats to come alive, and that's really been the problem for the Mariners. Pitching has been getting a little bit better, but hitting is sometimes far and few between. I mean, if we could just get better averages out of our top 6, then things would be much better for us. Julio, France, Kelenic, Suarez, Raleigh, Hernandez. Only one guy is batting 300, and it's Kelenic. Everyone else is batting 221. Julio, that's disgusting. 235 for France. What the fuck? 235 for Suarez. What the hell? Cal Raleigh, 213. Crap. Teoscar, 211. That's unacceptable, man. You know? Suarez. Got him. But we gave up the 3-run shot. That sucks. 3-0 Stros as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. At one point I thought, well, maybe it'll just get to the wall, but it just kept carrying, and I was like, oh, that's gone. Nice job, Houston. All right, no problem. Yeah, but it's Castillo. You got to understand too. You know, if it's any other pitcher, you know, if it's, you know, Logan Gilbert or if it's George Kirby, yeah, maybe. But I mean, we got an ace too. At one point, you know, his ERA is like, you know, under 2. He's one of the Cy Young contenders. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. So his ERA now is what, 2.39, something like that. But you know, just because we know that the guy's great, or not, I mean, if you have a great ace on your squad, you're going to go after whoever. You don't care, you know. Because if you had that mentality, then we would just be walking him every time we see him for the rest of our lives, you know, because we already know how good he is. All right, 3-0 Stros. I still feel that we can maybe somewhat, you know, keep it going, but hitting has been such a you know, a far and few between thing for us. I mean, if we had a few more guys over 300, I'd feel a little bit better. And then you got JP Crawford at 223, Trammell at 250, Wong at 189. I mean, it's just so many guys sitting at just barely 200, you know, but at some point someone's got to, you know, get it going for us. At least I hope. All right, what's going on with the games? Looks like the Celtics won 114-102 over the 76ers. They're up 2-1 in the series. Carolina beat New Jersey, Odin's team. Oh, shit, 6-1? Damn. Carolina leads in the NHL playoffs 2-0. And then Nuggets should probably be able to end the Suns. And even though they're not sexy, you know, the Nuggets feel like a team that's going to make the finals. You know, good defense. They're a rebounding team, and they got the Joker. It's a triple-double machine. All right, leading off for the Mariners, DH Taylor Trammell. Let's go, baby. 2 hits this season, both home runs. Pitch is low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Come on, Taylor. How is the Padres Dodger game going? Give me an update, Elliot. What's going on there? I know my dad is watching at home. Two-two pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Teoscar. Bottom of the 3rd, Astros up with a 3-run home run jack by Yordan Alvarez. I mean, anytime you see a player like that, big swing and a miss, Trammell. See you later. Nice job by Javier. But anytime you see a player, I mean, there's a few. You know, obviously not a lot of people are going to appreciate Altuve. You know what I mean? He might be public enemy number 1. But I think a lot of us, you know, respect and how we know how good Bregman is. This guy is just a beast. I really like Tucker and Pena personally. Like, I already know that this guy's going to give you the homers and everything, but I'm more of like a Tucker Pena kind of guy. I think that those guys that don't get as much love, they're just as important and instrumental to your guys' success. Obviously, Jose Altuve is the name, right? Bregman is, kind of the vet. Alvarez is kind of like that big guy that that's going to give you he's like the Aaron Judge of your team for the Astros. He's going to get those big jacks. But consistency, getting on base, defense, game in, game out. And I know their batting averages haven't really been up to par this season also compared to last year with Tucker and Pena. Their numbers are lower than they should be. But I love those two players. Those are more of my guys, but I respect the Bregman and the Alvarez. I think the only one I really don't like for a number of reasons is Altuve. But other than that, I think I don't really mind anyone else. But even though I don't like Altuve, I know he's a great player. And I even though we are rivals, I actually wish he was playing. I like to be able to play teams full strength. And in that WBC, when he got hit, that sucked. 2 away. Wong grounded out. All right, come on, baby. Next up, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod. Let's go, baby. Chopper, right to second base. Gosh, Julio is just going for way too many first pitch strikes for my liking this season. There's been so many pop-ups and ground outs. It's disgusting. Like, sometimes you got to work the count. And I know he's only a second-year player, and by the time he gets into his 5th, 6th, 7th year when he's in his prime, he'll work the count more. But, I mean, I know that when you think a first pitch strike is coming, you're going to go yard. And if you swing and you connect, you're going to get a home run. But you got to understand that pitchers know that you're swinging on the first pitch, so they're going to be baiting you. It's not going to just be right down the middle for you to go yard every time on the first pitch swing. And hopefully he gets that. I would rather have him go 4 or 5 pitches in, and then work the count. And then if you pop up or ground out, at least I feel better. But anytime a player goes up and switches on the first, swings on the first pitch, and then you get like a pop up or ground out, and it's a great player, Hall of Fame player, all-star player, one of your studs, it's just demoralizing. Then you're just like, fuck, man. Then now I got to wait how much longer for him to get up again, and we really needed you to work the count. And that's one thing that I'm not sure if the coaches are working with him, because I know he can hit home runs off first pitch strikes, but it hasn't been working this season. So sometimes if it hasn't been working, maybe let's not fucking swing on the first pitch strike and work the count a little bit. And I think his batting average would go up, and that would eventually lead to more singles, doubles, triples, and homers naturally, instead of just being so aggressive about it. But I guess when you're one of the top, 10, 15 players in the league, you're going to be a certain way. And he's always been kind of aggressive. So Alvarez is okay. He's all right. He's average, below average. Scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, everyone knows how good Jordan is. All right, end of the 3rd inning. Stroh's up 3-0. Let's go to the top of the 4th.
Now, when you buy the best Big Mac ever, you get free medium fries. Only in the app.
Oh, wow. Tatis with a dinger. Nice. Wow, he only had 5 walks all season and had 4 tonight. Oh, that's not good. Postseason Tucker and postseason Pena is different. Yeah, like I said, if I had to choose one player who's my favorite on the Astros, I mean, even though I'm a Mariner fan, I think my favorite is Kyle Tucker. I think that's my favorite. I think he's just consistent. Obviously this season batting average hasn't been what it should be, but we could say that for about 90% of the league with these new rules. But he still is at 266, 5 homers, 20 ribbies. But I don't think he gets talked about enough. But as we get further and further along, if we get to the playoffs, then obviously we'll see Tucker and Pena turn it on like they always do. Top of the 4th, Castillo's still in there with that 3-run jack. Pitches outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tucker. But I feel that a lot of people didn't know who Kyle was in the last couple years, but he kind of had his breaking out party last year, and I think that he'll continue that this year as well. Count is full. 30 home runs in the last 2 seasons. Pretty impressive. Probably the quietest 30 home run back-to-back season. I mean, like, not a lot of people talk about him. But he's fantastic. And there you go. There's another hit. I mean, you just know. Stand-up double for Kyle Tucker. No surprise. And he's always a guy that can lead an inning, get the momentum started, kind of get the ball rolling for the team. And sometimes it's not Altuve. Sometimes it's not Bregman or Alvarez. Sometimes you need that other guy to get it going. And I love lefties too. So nice job. Can't have too much of that, but we're already down 3-0. Nice job. Next up, shortstop, Jeremy Pena, another stud. Right up to second base. There you go. Pena being Pena. Runners at first and third. I got to stop talking so nicely about your players. They're listening. Next up, left fielder, Corey Julks. Yeah, but that's one player that I think that overall needs to be talked about more is Kyle Tucker. He doesn't get talked about enough. Fantastic player. I couldn't imagine any team not wanting a player like that. But definitely my favorite on the Astros. I mean, I could always say Yordan Alvarez is my favorite based on the big home runs, but sometimes it's not all about the home runs. A lot of guys that have a lot of home runs, they strike out a lot too, so. Top of the fourth, Stros up 3-0 with a big 3-run jack by Yordan Alvarez. Runners on the corners, and they're threatening again. No outs. It's going to get ugly here in a moment. 27-year-old rookie. Batting .280. Julks? Wow. Right to Castillo. Get him. Oh. And like I said, I always love playing the Stros and the Angels, not so much maybe Rangers or A's, but now the Rangers are good, so it'll mean something. But I mean, I feel that that's the best rivalry for us. I mean, obviously with the Angels, we'll fist fight them if we need to and whatnot, even though I want Ohtani to come to Seattle next year. I mean, who doesn't? And then, Houston's been the cream of the crop in the division. So, to be the best, you have to beat the best. And even though both of us aren't that good this year, I still think both teams can make the postseason. And obviously Houston has a better chance than Seattle does. That's a given, but maybe we can turn it around. Next up, Jake Myers. 1 for 1 with a double in the third and a run for Myers. 1-0 count. And Seattle's a beautiful place, man. For my mental health. Stolen base attempt. Get him. Got him. Woo! There we go. Tucker scores, though. 4-0. But at least we get him at second. Nice job by Cal Raleigh. Good defense there. But it shows like how good Houston is, even when they have guys injured, in the starting rotation for their pitching, and guys like Altuve and a few others out of the starting lineup, that they still have enough, amazing talent that, they might be a few players short, but even these role players, if they step up and find a way to get a few sacrifices, few RBIs, they don't necessarily have to be, going 3 for 4 every night. And they have enough to be able to put the pressure on. And like I said, Houston in Seattle, it's always going to be tough. 4-0 Stros. Well, Luis doesn't get ripped like this that often. And then obviously if you give up a home run and it's not a solo shot, it's a 3-run dinger, that fucking hurts. Normally we're only going to be down 1-0 or 2-0 at this point. And the fact that Houston had those guys on, that's what, makes it like this. So, I mean, obviously the chances of us coming back based on how we played this year, the chance of coming back based on how we played this year is probably like 1%, but you never know. That's baseball. They always try to play better for Luis when he's pitching. They try to show a little bit more effort. I mean, that's pretty much a given when you have your ace. But when your ace gets fucked up and it's your number one guy, Psychologically, it's tough. Yeah, I mean, for a team that's never made the playoffs in 21 years, and we beat the Blue Jays, I mean, hell, we did better than people thought. Nice strikeout for Luis. All right, let's go to the bottom of the fourth. What is it? Denver 35, Phoenix 31. Celtics beat the Sixers, and that's pretty much it. And then let me see, what do we got going on for Padres 3, Dodgers 1 with the bases loaded, bottom of the fifth. Feels like what Padres are going to win that, Elliot, huh?
There are oceans and rocks, places where fish swim and birds fly,
Come on, baby.
where mountains spring up, and trees and grass grow all around. History is made, art is created, things happen that should always be remembered.
All right, next up for the Mariners in the bottom of the fourth inning. Leading off, first baseman, Ty France. 0 for 0 with a base on ball. Batting second, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. 0 for 1 with a K. And batting third baseman, 0 for 1 with a K, Eugenio Suarez. Got to get something going here. Got to get at least a run or two within the next 2 innings if we want to have any chance to somewhat make this game competitive. Otherwise, it's going to be a blowout. I mean, it already is. So. Oh, they're going to have to pull him. That's crazy. So he's walked as many batters all season just today. That's terrible for him. Great for you. And that's how it goes sometimes when you get a little bit older, but also look at the Padres, team, for hitters, Soto, Machado, right? Tatis, even though with the big long suspension, and then looking at all the other guys that you got with Kim, and you got a lot of guys that, some guys obviously aren't hitting very well, just like most teams in Major League Baseball, unless you're like the Tampa Bay Rays, But things are going to start getting better. I feel, the numbers will start warming up, and you're going to get better overall production once we get the warmer weather. And I think most of the athletes are kind of getting used to, the pitch clock and all the violations and whatnot. But usually around June, July, when the weather gets warmer, and then the bats will heat up. 1-0 pitch. Ty pops up. Fuck. 1 away. Abreu with the catch. Next up for the Mariners, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Maybe he'll be the one that starts us off. Maybe we can get a home run here, or at least get a single or a double just to kind of get the run going. He's usually been the one guy that's been able to help us when we've sucked. So. Well, nobody roots for the Astros, Texas Repo, Joe, Brandon. The only people that root for the Astros on planet Earth are Astros fans. So that's just how it goes. So you have to be realistic with that too, because no one likes you guys, period. With all the cheating and shit that you guys have done, okay? We gotta draw the line somewhere. So you guys don't want certain teams to win. Well, no one likes the Houston Astros, period. Besides Houston Astros, it's like Patriot fans. When they had Brady and Gronk and Belichick. No one liked the Patriots unless you were a fan of them. And that's the same thing that goes for you guys too. When you cheat, no one forgets. So you guys might have earned last year's World Series, but no one gives you credit for the one before that. And that's facts. And that legacy is tarnished forever, regardless if you guys want to admit it or not. But anytime you cheat and you get caught and you act like you didn't do anything, you're not going to get any respect from anybody on planet Earth after that, period. So, you can still be great and win championships after the cheating, like last year, right? And that one's legit. But, I mean, you got a black eye on your franchise forever, just like New England Patriots do too. It's never going away, ever. And that's just reality. 1-2 pitch. Got him. $30. Let's get to a hundo. All right, let's go to the top of the fifth inning. Hopefully we get at least one run in this game.
Whatever the next adventure holds. From the big shout to the big payout to the big night out. We're here for it. Emerald Queen Casino.
Yeah, but nobody recognizes that you guys won if you guys cheated. I mean, imagine if someone did that to you guys. Imagine if, the Dodgers or anyone that you played did it to you, and then you guys ended up losing the World Series because they knew every pitch was, what was coming based off the knocks on the garbage can. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what pitch is coming, that's like the ultimate screw job. Of course you can get big hits, if you know what's coming. So no one recognizes that trophy, period. And it's sad too, because I don't think you guys really needed to do that to cheat to win. Obviously we saw last year that you guys were good enough, not necessarily to cheat to win. So, there was no real reason to do it besides just thinking that you weren't going to get caught. So, and obviously it's not like you are a one and done or a flash in the pan. I mean, the Astros were a very, very good team for quite a while, and they still are one of the better teams. So just kind of sucks that you had to go that route, because now it's never gonna go away, period. All right, let's see who's up for the Astros here. Leading off for the Astros in the top of the fifth, catcher Martin Maldonado. 0 for 0. Batting second in the lineup, second baseman Mauricio Dumas. 0 for 2 with a K. And batting third baseman, 0 for 1 with a run and a base on ball, Alex Bregman. Bye. Top of the fifth, Astros 4, Mariners 0. Well, they got lasted an hour and 16 minutes. That's longer than most. Hey, if you can't be accountable for the cheating of your franchise, I mean, you're never going to be able to have any type of realistic sports talk with anyone that has a brain, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be as civil as much as I need to be, especially if I'm showing love with photos and showing love of the visiting team, no matter who it is that's playing the Mariners, the Kraken, or whoever, but if you're going to act like, like what you did wasn't cheating, and it like, just like every Patriot fan that, oh no, we didn't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to be able to have an honest conversation with anyone about sports, if you have that type of mentality. So, you just have to be able to feel like, if that happened to you, how would you feel? Would you be okay with it? Hell no, you wouldn't. So to be that arrogant, that's what you get sometimes out of the Patriot fans, and you get them from the Astro fans. I mean, there's going to be chill Astro fans that have been, hardcore and they've been there for a while, but at least be a decent human being and be like, yeah, we cheated. But have you noticed, like, no Astro fan can ever admit it? Like, ever? You know what I mean? Like, what's so hard to admit that you cheated? You know what I mean? Like, you won it fair and square. At least we think you won it fair and square last year. But did you do some cheating with Apple Watches or garbage can stuff? I mean, eyes are more on you now. You know what I mean? And you never needed to cheat to be able to do it to win. I love it. I just have to wait for them to be able to make that certain comment. I was waiting. I was like, all right, are you gonna be able to be a cool Astro fan, or are you gonna be all like all the rest? And Hollywood Hogan came out. I mean, especially too, like when I know how good Houston is, I'm always going to give love and praise and the appropriate, love and pub, but don't push it. You know what I mean? Because no other fucking Mariner fan or no other fan is going to show photos and give love to the opposing team, period. I mean, it just doesn't fucking happen. You know what I mean? And that's where you get these people that, they don't understand. It's like, you need to fucking slow your roll. But hey, you live and you learn, you can go talk that shit somewhere else. Oh, nice. Chopper. Right to Wong. 2 away. It's like sometimes people don't appreciate the kindness and like the actual like non-bias that I am. You know what I mean? I'm actually just trying to keep it 50-50 regardless if it's my team or not. But you always get people that are immature or that they think a certain way, that the cheating doesn't matter, and they just keep pushing it, acting like, you know, it's not a big deal. But I just love it that they can't admit it. And that's what makes the fans terrible. You know what I mean? Is that if you can't even admit when you're wrong, I mean, you got the championship. No one fucking is going to give you credit for it. But inside your head, like, we won. You know, it's like that fucking episode of Family Guy where Peter's going to the bar and then they're, you know, pissed off that the Patriots are always winning, right? And then they throw the deep pass and they're about to win the game. And then the fucking mascot comes down the field with the flag, catches the ball, and then they win the game. And then Peter's like, what happened there? It's like, you guys cheated. And then they're like, oh, the guy, he was, you know, that he got called into the game or whatever. It's like any little thing, you know, that they can do to say, oh, you know, everything is all good. All right. All right. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 5th. Hopefully we can get at least a run. Leading off in the bottom of the 5th for the Mariners, 0 for 1 with a K, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 0 for 1, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And batting third with a K, 0 for 1, J.P. Crawford. It's funny, too, because I think I can handle almost any fan of baseball. But again, you know, with certain Astro fans, you know, they don't know when. You know, they don't know when to stop. So until they find out and they get the boot. All right, come on, baby. We need to find a way to get something going here. We're already halfway through the game, and we have no hits. See, that's the problem with the Mariners, with all this talent. Got to find a way to get the rally started at least a little bit. Cal? There we go. There we go. Nice little blooper. First hit of the game, finally. Nice job, big dumper. I got the autograph rookie right here in front of me. I'm looking at it. Nice job, Cal. Let's go. Nice job. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. So hopefully this will be the inning where we get a run or two.
Here's
4-1 Padres. Did they pull Kershaw out of the game yet? Come on, Hernandez. I mean, we got these brand new City Connect uniforms, and I know like Houston is a pretty good team, even though they're 500 right now. But come on, man, like we got to be able to get some kind of rally going, and that's just you know, that's the thing with the Cardinals. I feel it's like, you know, when pitching sometimes is not as good as you thought it was going to be, and then you're like, well, at least the hitting is going to be there, and then you don't get hitting either, and then you look at your record and you're like, fuck, no wonder we're sitting where we're at. You know, pitching is underwhelming, hitting is not there. There we go. Yeah, let's go. There we go. Back to back, baby. You got to talk it into existence. Big dumper, bloop single, Teoscar, bloop single. Here we go. Here we go. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, baby. Here we go. The best fans. Oh. Kershaw's out of the game. And then you got Darvish pitching. Nice, dude. Good for you, man. You know, like I said, I already know with my dad, you know, we already understand how it's going to be with the Dodgers. You know, they're starting to be better, but the team still is nowhere near like the Braves. in the National League, who's pretty much the cream of the crop, I feel. Like that team feels like a World Series team. Like there's not many, like the Dodgers could end up being, there, maybe the Padres, a few others, but, looking at that squad, I mean, obviously what to see what we're going to get on the American League side, with Tampa Bay and some of these other teams, but definitely the Braves, they are like, the big dog, and they got a nice blend of young and old. Like it would not surprise me if the Braves, are one of the teams that go pretty deep this year. And who knows, maybe we'll have one of the teams that no one thinks is going to go that far, go further than people think, like the Orioles or the Pirates or the Rays, right? 4-0 Stros, bottom of the fifth, runners at first and second. Big swing and a miss. J.P. Crawford just struck out. And there's going to be some times where they play bad and they lose. But, I mean, if you just look at their pitching, their hitting, just the overall bullpen, like, and I know you do fantasy baseball and you're looking, but as far as, like, being a team that's won a World Series recently and just looking at where they're at now, they feel like the Dodger championship team from a couple years ago where they just got everything. And even though they have injuries with some of their guys, it hasn't hurt them. With like Michael Harris being out and a few guys being a little banged up. Like that's when you have that depth to make a deep, deep run, And so some of these other teams that are doing good now, like the Orioles and the Pirates, I mean, how are they going to be when like June and July come around? Are they still going to be this good, or are they going to come back to reality a little bit? But I feel like out of all the teams in Major League Baseball, the Braves to me are the ones that feel like legit. They're not a pretender. Like they are the real deal. And they can sustain it for the whole season. For some of these lower teams that are doing great now, I don't know if they can have that sustained throughout the rest of the year. God, T-Mobile is beautiful. Love it there. I had some really good pictures too. Pitch is low. There we go. We got runners on the corners now on first and third off that wild pitch. Come on, Trammell. Let's go, baby. 4-0 Stros, bottom of the fifth, runner on the corners. He's got 2 hits all year, and both are homers. That would be really sweet if he hit a 3-run jack to tie Yordan Alvarez's 3-run jack. Yeah. And like I said, I don't mind fans of any team in baseball, but like I said, sometimes with the Stros, that becomes a problem. You know what I mean? Oh, violation on Javier. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have an issue with any other fans, Yankee fans, Dodger fans, any other fans that people think that are annoying, that have like annoying fan bases. But again, anytime you have a scandal, and if you're a cheater, it's like, I don't really know what you expect to hear. Like, you think you're just going to be able to go into Astros streams and non-Astros streams and talk shit, and the people are just going to take it? Like, knowing that you're a cheater and you're not even going to admit it? Like, come on, bro. But that's why you get a lot of the young bucks that do that shit. Oh, base is loaded. Here we go. Matt. Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, I can go for a long time, an hour, a couple hours, but again, as I feel like that fan base doesn't know their limits. You know what I mean? They just can't be non-biased. They have to act like their shit don't stink, that they're the best team in the world. Your fucking record's not even good this year. You're 16-15, and you're acting like you're fucking, 25-5. Like, get the fuck out of here, Like, the most unlikable franchise. I try to be, as civil as possible. But once an opportunity comes along, enough is enough. It's like you can go watch another stream, but there is no other Astros that are actually doing the stream. So I guess you just have to sit there and watch it on your phone. Bases loaded for Colton Wong. Actually had a really good game against the Cardinals. He went 3 for 4 in that game. And I sat next to a girl that actually was a Brewers fan with 2 of her friends. And she said, I was going to wear the Colton Wong jersey, but I didn't want to get laughed at. And then we had a little laugh, and I was like, well, you never know. He might actually do good today. And then, believe it or not, he had the best game of the season that game where we were watching together, and he went 3 for 4. Not going to happen that often, especially when you start off the season like 1 for 44. Pitches outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 0 for 1 with a ground out in the third for Colton Wong. Yeah, the delusional fan base, man. It's, yeah, what can you say? Yeah, but who's going to want him, though? He's got to pray that they can turn it around by June or July. Popped up, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, but I also think it's like the type of cheating that you're doing. If you're doing Apple Watches and you're stealing signs, that's one thing. But if you're communicating, based on what you can see with binoculars or with the catcher, and you're doing different like signals with garbage cans and other things, Wong is not going the Wong way. Oh, to the wall. Yes, 4-3. Astros. Woo! Colton Wong. Let's go. Hey, you talk good about him? Boom shakalaka. 4-3 Astros. Let's go. A little nice 3-run RBI from Colton Wong. Bang, baby. Woo! Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what happens. You just gotta kick the dust off. Let's go. And that's what makes things so crazy. It's like the least likely guy to fucking, do anything for us. Batting average, absolutely fucking terrible. 187. Now 197. Wong dong, baby. Next up, Julio Rodriguez. God, he's just swinging for the first or second pitch like every time. It's annoying. Come on, Julio. I love you and all, but bro, take your time. Don't swing on the first pitch. Don't swing on the second pitch. Don't swing on the third pitch. Like, take your time, bud. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. I mean, Julio's batting 220. The guy should be closer to fucking 280 to 300 for as good as of a player that he is. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah. Well, like I said, I usually, interact with a lot of the fans in my section. We'll high five, we'll talk, and, we'll just conversate. I mean, I'm always trying to get a foul ball, but I didn't really have an opportunity to get anything in the 2 games because we were too close, I think. And like I said, if it was me, I would want seats a little bit further back, 15 to 20 rows back. But, I mean, the seats were incredible. I got some really good pictures. Kelenic, Julio that I use, obviously, on the post. It was a great, great trip. Bottom of the 5th, Astros 4, Mariners 3, with a 3-run RBI by Colton Wong. Get the fuck out of here. 2 away. Ty popped up. And there we go. 3 runs in an inning from Colton Wong. Let's go. No, I saw that in the very beginning of the season. Yeah. He's like, how did he do that? Colton Wong, baby. Let's go. Well, that's a good sign. I mean, like I said, it looked like, it was over. But I guess we just had to, kick the trash out, and then once we took the trash out, then we were able to get going. So let's go to the top of the 6th. $30. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. Well, it just sucks that Luis gave up that 3-run shot. Because, I mean, normally if, the score would be like, what, 3-1, 3-2, maybe 3-3. But, gosh, most of the time he gives up solo jacks, not really 3-run jacks. So that hurt. Before that inning started. And then after that, let's go. Leading off for the Astros in the top of the 6th inning, 1 for 2 with a run and 3 RBIs with a 3-run dinger, Yordan Alvarez. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, first baseman Jose Abreu. And batting third, 2 for 2 with a run, right fielder Kyle Tucker. Well, at least we have a chance now instead of it just being 4-0 and the game is over. Yeah. Like I said, I try to be civil as long as I can, but then I have to pick my moments, and well, plus too, it's not like, they're just going to come in here and talk shit and none of them are ever going to donate. So what are you going to do? You're just going to come in here and disrespect me and talk shit and act like you're not doing anything, or trying to act like it's like we're making excuses for the cheating. You know what I mean? Like, we just need to get over it. Like, you actually didn't do anything. Like, it was just like you guys got accused of cheating and then you guys were found innocent. That's not what happened. Okay. But it's kind of funny how that's how the fans react. Fuck out of here. Like I said, I love every fan base, but there's one. Alvarez popped up. One away. Next up, first baseman, Jose Abreu. Come on, Luis. Top of the sixth. Well, I'm not the only one that feels that way either. You know what I mean? But I'm always waiting for that moment where they're like, get over it. Or, we didn't cheat, or, some kind of fucked up comment. Like, fuck out of here, bro. If I'm trying to be civil with you and you can't like have any understanding of why other people and other fan bases are not cool with fans, or this particular team, like, you're obviously so fucking delusional. You're in your own fucking world. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know. It's probably, like I said, I haven't seen you this frustrated on like a sport team in a while. I mean, it's one thing what you had to deal with the Colts, but you knew that, it was going to get better. And, sometimes you have a good year and then you drop off and have injuries and whatnot. But yeah, but maybe it'll lead to something good. I don't know. Well, I already know that the count for the A's last game was very low, only a couple thousand, I think. 2 away. But I imagine if you go to A's games, that's the best chance to get a ball. Because, hell, if there's only like 1,000 fans or 2,000 fans total, out of a stadium that holds 20 or 30,000 or 40 or 50,000, and there's only 1,000 or 2,000 people spread out. If you walked around, and you positioned yourself or whatever, you probably could end up having a good chance to get a ball almost every game if you knew what you were doing. But at that point, like, no one even cares. They don't even want to they don't even want an A's ball. Jonathan in the building. How are you? Top of the 6th. Astros 4, Mariners 3. 273 average, 5 homers and 20 ribbies for Tucker, my favorite player that is on the Astros, which I don't have a whole lot of favorites when we talk Houston. But I do respect Tucker, how great he is. That ball goes into the crowd. Yeah, and then Darvish is the one that got ripped up in that game with the Dodgers too. In Game 7, if that didn't happen, obviously we have a different story. There we go. Quick 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Well, even if we lose the game, at least we made it competitive, and you never know where you're going to get your hits and your runs from. And Colton Wong, probably the least likely guy out of anybody. But again, I was just talking about him and how good he did when I went to go see the Cardinals. He must have heard it. He's like, all right, let me go get another hit. Like, literally the least likely guy to do anything. He's batting 197. Prior to that was 187. He's the only one in the lineup under 2. RBI triple for Hayward, 4-2 now. Ooh, there we go. Leading off in the bottom of the 6th inning, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Batting second, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, Eugenio Suarez. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and a K, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Like when you got Julio, France, Kelenic, Suarez, Cal Raleigh, big dumper, Hernandez, we should be much better than we are right now. I mean, those 6 guys are good. You know what I mean? But if you look at their averages, God, they're not good. Like, it's like a lot of these guys should be batting close to 300, if not 300. And it's just sad when you only have like 1 out of the 6. I mean, if we had 4 out of the 6, batting 280 or higher, we'd probably have 3 or 4 more wins right now. And then obviously I don't expect a whole lot from JP Crawford or Wong or whoever they have at DH with Trammell, but that's frustrating when you have 6 quality pieces and you're not getting what you need from them. That's facts.
Now for our Miller Lite moments. Colton Wong cleared him off. A 3-run double. That's from the Mariners within a run.
All right, come on, baby. That's my guy. 0 for 2 with a K. Let's go, Jared. Jared with 1 swing. We can get right back into this. Come on, baby. It'd be cool to see Jared in the All-Star game. I mean, obviously, I'd love for Julio to turn shit around and for him to get there because obviously it is in Seattle, this season. But, I mean, based on how Julio has been playing this year, he doesn't deserve it. Kelenic popped up, 1 away. Fuck. Popped up and out, 1 away. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
Astros just a week before his 18th birthday. He has already put together an impressive resume in the major league level in a fairly short period of time.
Pitches high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, but also, if it doesn't work out, this season, you can't lose all hope like you're losing with the Cardinals. Not every year is going to be a fantastic year. I mean, you might have 4 or 5 teams that you root for and one's only good. So not all is lost if it doesn't work out. Back to the wall, 2 away. I mean, I hope it works out for you, but like I said, I have a lot of concerns, with the roster. But I hope it works out for you guys. Next up, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. But the wide receivers and tight ends need to be much better for your team if you really want it to go to the next level. Taylor can't get hurt. Shaq Leonard, Darius Leonard can't get hurt. O-line needs to be much better than last year. And hopefully, Richardson can do something. But my concern is who's he throwing to? He's not going to be able to create all those plays with his legs. I mean, he's definitely going to be able to run out of the pocket and make some plays. But what about the accuracy? That's my thing. Like, what are we going to be looking at accuracy-wise if you play a good defensive team? Like, what are we looking at? Pitches high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And I think that's honest. Not necessarily criticism, but it's just, you don't have Reggie Wayne, you don't have Marvin Harrison, you don't have Dallas Clark there. Now, if you did, right, and you had those players and then Richardson came in, I'd feel much better about him being on your team right now. But, the lack of experience with him, the accuracy, not that good, and then not really having a whole lot of talent at wide receiver and tight end. There's players there, but let's be honest, it could be better, and once it gets better, you'll know it. And, if you compare it to Reggie and Marvin and Dallas, I mean, you have talent nowhere near those 3 that's there. I mean, Pittman's pretty good, but to me, he's a 2 more than a 1. I mean, you can put him at the 1, but you need a hell of a lot more. Cal pops up. Got him. Let's go to the top of the 7th inning. 1-run game. Let's go, baby.
It's the Mariners and Astros. Tomorrow at 6 on Root Sports. Where they break down in the middle of nowhere or get a flat tire and someone, people everywhere across AAA AAA trusts T-Mobile to be their exclusive wireless.
All right, let's go to the top of the seventh.
T-Mobile covers more highway miles than 5G than anyone. So with AAA's nationwide fleet connecting on T-Mobile in the middle of nowhere.
Due up for the Astros in the top of the seventh inning, 1 for 2, shortstop Jeremy Pena. Batting second, 0 for 2, left fielder Corey Jolks. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and a K, center fielder Jake Myers. That's what their face looked like when they got booted. They said, oh, shit. I imagine, like, you know, with certain fan bases, like, you know, they probably have like a tally, like on how quick it takes them to get booted out of a channel. You know, I imagine Astro fans get booted out of channels faster than any other fan base. I mean, unless you get someone that's not biased as an Astro fan, but I don't think that exists. Well, Luis, you didn't have the best day, you know, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, a 3-run dinger. You had 4 Ks. It could have been closer to 7 or 8 if you didn't end up giving up that little rally in that fucking third inning, but it is what it is. Top of the 7th inning, 4-3 Stros. Castillo's still in. Come on, Luis. I like it that they have Luis still in here in the 7th inning. Normally they would have pulled him already, but let's keep it moving, dude. Fuck it, it's the Stros, dude. Like, we get more enjoyment beating the Astros out of probably any team just because we know how hard it is. You know, we're not stupid. Like, even when their team is not the greatest, like right now, like they're, you know, 16-15 and we're 15-16, but it shows you they have enough talent with even the Altuve injury and some of their players that they can still, you know, compete with anyone, cheating or not. 1 for 2, single in the 4th, another player that I actually like on the roster, Pena and Tucker. Suarez at third. Got him. Great defense there by Suarez at third base. One of the more underrated third basemen in Major League Baseball. Yes, we know Manny Machado and Nolan Arenado are the best, but if there's a guy underneath them that's actually, you know, pretty good and not as big of a name, it's Suarez. He's a stud, bro. Well, he's not going to get the win. And, you know, at this point, might as well just keep him. I mean, we got to see what our mid relievers and our bullpen is looking like, too. It's not like we have Munoz back yet. And besides that 3-run shot, I mean, he actually has been pretty good today. Come on, Luis. 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Left fielder Corey Jolks in the box. 277 average, 2 homers, 9 ribbies. 2-1 pitch from Castillo. Chopped foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I just can't believe we got a 3 RBI hit from Colton Wong out of everyone. Well, that shows you just how crappy we have been. Julio, 218. France, 231. Kelenic is under 300 now, 295. Suarez, 231. Raleigh, 219. Hernandez, 218. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Crawford, 221. Trammell, 222. Wong, 197. Like, what the hell are these numbers? Are these numbers from, like, AAA players? Because this is unacceptable. Only one guy even close to 280 or 290 in Kelenic, and he's 0 for 3 today. And if he wasn't, he'd still be over 300. But obviously hitting is the big problem for the Mariners this year. Yeah, it's an ugly stat sheet, man. But like I said, you know, in most cases, right? Yeah, Luis is out. It's 6 innings, you're done. But when you're going against like the team that you hate the most, besides the Angels, you know, and you already gave up a 3-run shot, you know, it's like we didn't expect. I mean, I guess if it was 4-0 still, he would have been pulled, you know, at that point, you know. But since Colton Wong actually had that hit and got that 3-run RBI, we actually do have a chance to steal this game. Do we deserve it? No. But, if we can have him keep going a little bit and at least go for this inning, that's, one less or two less pitchers that we may have to use. Because imagine we pull him, we bring in a mid reliever, he sucks ass, and then all of a sudden we give up 1 or 2 runs in the 7th or 8th, and then it's over. There's no chance to come back. So normally I agree with you. I would want him out, but we actually might be able to steal this. So you never know. Yeah, I think that we will get a turnaround after the All-Star break and once the weather gets better. We started slow the last 2 years. Sometimes you're going to start off where, the record isn't the greatest. There we go. Good job, Cal. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, Luis was in there and he did the job. Nice job, Luis. It's my dude.
Your Seattle Mariners present the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Spotlight.
I often get asked in clinic how much of heart disease is prevented, and the answer is the majority. Up to 80% of all heart attacks and strokes can be prevented with lifestyle interventions. Exercising, a healthy diet, and knowing your family history goes a long way. So if you are a
All right, let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We actually have a shot, which is good. The sports gods know I hate blowouts. So at least we have a shot, which is all I wanted, on Cinco de Drinko. 1 for 2 with a run, leading off right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Come on, baby. Batting second, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, J.P. Crawford at shortstop. And at DH, as long as they don't make a change, 0 for 1 with a run with a base on ball and a K, DH Taylor Trammell. He's got 2 hits for 2 home runs. So it'd be really nice if he could, find a way to get something going here, but you never know. Henderson. What's that? Henderson. Oh. You gotta choose your comment wisely on how long you want to be in. It's funny how people will do like one comment and then that's it, unless they just think that they're going to be able to rifle off like many on certain channels, that just are so desperate for subs or people watching their shit, even if they're getting verbally abused. Yeah. Like, it's like you can't even meet like one decent person that just can admit it. Like, everyone is so fucking defensive. Like, you're acting like you didn't cheat and like that wasn't a big deal in sports. Like, as big of a deal as New England was, consistently cheating. Like, you don't even really hear their fans, admit it, It's like they have to keep it quiet and defend things like to the very, very end. But that makes you look worse as a person. When you can't even admit faults, like that's the type of person that never says sorry, when you have that kind of attitude, like when you're wrong and everything that happened around you is wrong, but still you have to act like, you're the victim. I got no time for that. But I imagine there are people that are like, hardcore Astros fans from maybe like the 80s and until now. And they'll be like, yeah, we fucked up. We cheated, but, we're trying to move on from that. And look what we did last year. We didn't cheat, or at least we didn't think you did. And you won. So there you go. But we're just saying in that particular year, you cheated and that's what it was. And it's not just you. Fucking Boston cheated the year after, with the Apple Watches, and that doesn't get talked about enough either. There's a lot of teams that fucking cheat. You know what I'm saying? But you got caught, and you got caught in the worst way. It's not only Apple Watches, binoculars, and stealing signs. It was the garbage can shit. And honestly, that's the biggest form of cheating. Not overall, if you know what pitch is coming. There's no better amount of cheating that you can do besides knowing what pitch is coming. I mean, imagine if every hitter in the lineup knew that you're going to be going curveball, strike, curveball on, every single setup. Like, you already know in your head. You don't have to process while the pitch is coming. It's going to be a curve. I mean, that's going to be a huge advantage for any hitter. Even shitty teams like the A's would be able to get hits off that if they had that knowledge. That's facts. Oh, yeah. Bottom of the 7th, Stros 4, Mariners 3. I mean, one day I will probably meet, a decent Stros fan, that can just be honest and not biased, but it shows you, how people are, you know what I mean? Like, there's no sorry, there's no admitting. All the evidence is there. Trying to act like OJ. The glove don't fit. Please acquit. Oh, nice catch. 2 away. Because honestly, if you had Astros fans that were like chill and real people that just actually admitted to it, they would be able to get along with other MLB fans. Like, we still wouldn't like you. We still would be upset about the cheating. But at least, like, you know, you're admitting, you know, that it was wrong, that you fucked up, that you cheated, that you don't deserve that championship. You know what I mean? But you never get anyone that says that, you know. It's like, oh, you're still bringing up the past? Like, it's something that is not that big of a deal. You just like, you didn't go to the store and just steal a fucking candy bar. Fuck out of here. Come on, Taylor. No balls, 2 strikes. Come on, Trammell. Bottom of the 7th, Astros 4, Mariners 3 with the City Connect jerseys debuting tonight. 0-2 count for Taylor Trammell. Javier is still on the mound, wheeling and dealing. Popped up. Go foul. Go foul. Oh, he caught it. Damn it. All right, let's go to the top of the 8th. So we got WWE pay-per-view tomorrow, and then let me look at this schedule. What else we got? Like, what do we got going on? All right, so MLB tomorrow on Saturday. We got the Astros and the Mariners at 6:40. Marco Gonzalez versus JP France. Marco's 2-0 this year, thank God. And then what do we got for Dodgers and Padres at 5:40? And we got Snell and May. That's crazy that Snell is 1-4 for you guys. 5.28 ERA. May is 3-1 with a 3.15. And then NHL playoffs. Let's look at NHL. Saturday, we got the Oilers and the Golden Knights at 4 on TNT. Sunday, I'll be doing the Kraken, obviously at 6:30. So again, the Mariners aren't on early, so it's not like I have to choose. So we'll probably do the WWE event. I mean, anything WWE. It's like if I have to miss a Dodger matchup or a Mariners matchup, you know, WWE's once a month typically. So I guess we'll be doing WWE pay-per-view, you know, watch party and watch along live stream, and then we'll do the Kraken game on Sunday. All right, we're going to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Astros, 0-for-1 with a K, catcher Martin Maldonado. Batting second, 0-for-3 with a K, second baseman Mauricio Dubon. And batting third, 0-for-2 with a run and a base on ball, third baseman Alex Bregman. And we got Gott coming in. Trevor Gott. Trevor Gott is up on the mound now to work for the Mariners. Come on, Trevor. There is the cut fastball just above the zone. Bounce it back, 0-2. 0-2 count on Maldonado. Come on, baby. Come on, Gott. 0-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Count still 0-2. 0-2 pitch to Maldonado. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, he said pain. Maybe he needs a name change. Popped up. Foul. Right into a sea of Mariner fans. Someone got a foul ball. Astros 8-4 record on the road this season. End of the 7th inning, Padres 4, Dodgers 2. So they're still in striking distance, even though you guys have done well. 71-65 Suns, beating the Nuggets by 6 with 8 minutes left in the third. 2-2 pitch to Maldonado. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Come on, Gott. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Got to get him. Right down the middle. Look, got him looking, baby. Let's go. Yay. Sit down. Maldonado strikes out looking. Next up, second baseman, Mauricio Dubon. Chopper towards third, right to Suarez. 2 away. There we go. Nice job. Next up, third baseman, Alex Bregman. The Boo Birds are out. I mean, there's always going to be Boo Birds for Bregman, Alvarez, and Altuve, but especially Altuve. Like, he might get the most boos out of anyone in baseball. I'm not sure if anyone gets booed more than him. 1-0 pitch to Bregman. But, like, even though, like, you know, Bregman gets booed and Yordan Alvarez gets booed, those guys don't bother me. The only one that really bothers me is Altuve. That's it. That and some of the Astros fans. That's it. You know, other than that, no one else really bothers me. And I really like Pena and Tucker. I would love to have those kind of guys on the Mariners. I think those guys are awesome. You know, it's like Bregman, you know, sometimes he underachieves, but usually in a big spot, he'll come up big. You know, I like Tucker, Pena, and I like Alvarez. And then after that, then maybe Bregman. But you know, people don't forget. Three-two count. Popped up, foul. 3-2 count. I need to go get my Snapple from the freezer. Like, what's more delusional? Cowboy fans or Astros fans? That's a real question. Who is more delusional? I mean, at least the Astros are winning championships, though, regardless if they cheated on one and didn't cheat last year. But obviously, for the Cowboys, I mean, you haven't won anything since '95. Delusional dogs. I'm going to go check up on Paisley real quick.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. Gotta be protected, gotta be dry.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working. Weekend cabin, it's looking good.
Wherever you go, a Ford F-150 is the key to survival. Get 0.9% for 60 plus $2,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Hi, Paisley. Paisley's keeping guard here. She just woke up a little bit from a nap. She's ready to hang out with Dad. 1 for 3 with a hit and 3 RBIs. Yordan Alvarez. So they're switching it up, and then we're making a pitching change, I assume. So what are we doing here? We're going to take God out and put someone else in. Got a commercial break.
Mariners baseball is brought to you by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, America's proud partner in health. And by Michael Subaru of Bellevue. For the life you live, michaelsubaru.com. Astros, the
Oh, Spire is in.
in the most recent 3-game series at Oakland was tremendous. 9 scoreless.
All right, come on, Gabe. Yordan Alvarez in the box. Top of the 8th, 4-3 Astros. Runner at first, 2 away, batting third in the order. With a 3-run jack earlier in the game, one of the best in the game, Yordan Alvarez. Obviously ripped our hearts out with that big homer. But it's not like we thought we were going to beat the Astros in that series. But we definitely could have won at least a game or two in that series for sure. But Houston ended up going all the way and winning the World Series. So at least we got past the Blue Jays, and at least we ended the playoff drought for 21 years. So I would have been cool even just playing the Blue Jays, and if we lost, whatever, at least we broke the streak. But just the fact that we, got to the playoffs, broke the streak, and beat the Blue Jays, that was pretty cool. You got to crawl before you walk. 1-2 pitch, outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alvarez. Every year, so much hope, and every year, disappointment for that NFL franchise. Pitch is high, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Alvarez. Come on, Gabe. I mean, we're right there. I mean, we don't deserve to win this game at all, but, I mean, at some point, Julio, Ty France, Kelenic, Suarez, Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh, Hernandez, someone's got to step up. On the corner and got him. Wow, got him looking. Barely on the corner. What a pitch by Gabe. Got him looking. Let's go, bottom of the 8th. Unbelievable. That was borderline, but I'll take it.
Mariners postgame is brought to you by Emerald Blue Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach. And why
I mean, it's one thing if you're going to come into the stream and talk shit and donate, and then we'll see where it goes and what you say. You know what I mean? But if you think you're just going to come in here and talk shit, for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, especially when I'm throwing up all the photos and, trying to be able to be 50-50 with everything, it's only going to last so long. So.
Every day, teachers are shaping our tomorrows, starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Right now,
All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Who's going to be the hero today? Could it possibly be 1 for 2 with a 3 RBI hit? Second baseman, Colton Wong. Or maybe the guy that won Rookie of the Year last year that keeps swinging on first and second pitch strikes. 0 for 3, Julio Rodriguez. Or possibly 0 for 2 base on ball, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go. I mean, Julio's the most, it's the most frustrating for me because obviously it's like my favorite player and he's still great on defense. But the hitting, everyone has been doing shitty. It's not just him. You know what I mean? But I really do think that if he was a little bit more patient and instead of just assuming, first pitch, second pitch are going to be right down the middle and, you're not hitting homers or you're not hitting it to the wall every time. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're hitting a chopper right to the second baseman or the shortstop. And then all of a sudden it's a first pitch out And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, there's no way to rally, to kind of keep the momentum going, fighting off, pitches. Like, you need to be able to give your team a chance, especially with everyone sucking. And, he's not really doing the team any favors, but I'm still going to root for him. I still love him. And I know he'll figure it out, as he gets older, in his career. But I think just that simple, kind of, technique switch up, it's don't be so aggressive on the first two pitches. I'm not saying that you should just take a bunch and then get struck out looking every time, but like work the count a little bit. Use your eyes and don't be so eager to swing right away, because like I said, with your batting average, it's not working. You're popping up or you're grounding out on these first pitch strikes. And it's just getting ridiculous now, especially when our hitting is piss poor. All right, come on, Wong. First pitch is high, but called strike. That's a fucked up pitch. 0-1 count should be 1-0. Fans don't like that. 0-1 pitch, outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I did see a really cool interview that Air Whitey sent me about Angel Hernandez, like the most terrible umpire on planet Earth, and a story about Will Clark, who was on the Giants back with Kevin Mitchell when I was a kid. And he said that there was this interview where he was like, he had a pitch outside, call for a strike. He looked back at him. He said, is that as far as it goes? Angel Hernandez said yes. Then the next pitch after that was 6 inches further to the right, and he got struck out looking. And he said, I thought you said that was as far as it goes. And Colton Wong strikes out. And after that, he just looked at him, walked away, saw him at the bar with all his like umpire buddies, and said, hey, I want to buy for these guys' beers. Spent $20, to buy like a round of beers for like the 4 umpires. And then Will Clark said for the rest of his career, that strike zone for the pitchers was like that big. So that doesn't surprise me, because Angel is terrible. Not saying that he got bought off by the beers for Will Clark, but it sounds like it. And he probably was like, he's not bitching at me. And most of the people, were going to bitch, especially if the pitches were bad. And that's kind of an interesting story with the interview. But it doesn't surprise me. Some umps are goddamn terrible. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3 Stros. Julio's up, 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike, 0-2 count. $30. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. Hopefully we can get some goats to come in to save the day. Come on, Julio. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. He did not go. Pitches outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mean, dude, 218 average for rookie of the year. I mean, come on, dude. Like, if you're not at 300, at least be at 280 so I can feel good about it. You know what I mean? 218 is shit. 5 homers? I mean, you could have more than that. You're Julio. Pitches high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th, Stros 4, Mariners 3, 1 away, 2-2 count to Julio. Time is called. All right, no worries. Yeah, I'll be doing that on Sunday. We'll probably be doing a WWE watch party tomorrow for the pay-per-view, and then I'll do the Kraken game on Sunday. Come on, Julio, 2-2 pitch. Good eye. At least Julio's listening. Count is full. This will be a great opportunity to go yard. Come on, Julio. Julio. Ground ball. Run. Oh, just got him. Damn it. 2 away. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. He almost ran it out. What's the score? 4-2. Runners at first and second in the bottom of the 8th for the Padres. Come on, Ty. We need a solo dinger to at least maybe have this going to extras or at least keep us going. Come on, France. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. 0 for 2 with a walk in the first for Ty. Chopper, there we go. There's the hit we needed. Right past the first baseman. Ty with a single. Let's go. Next up, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Let's go. This might be our opportunity, like our last opportunity. Jared, drop. There we go. Go. Run, Ty. There we go. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Let's go. Ty gets a hit. Jared gets a hit. Time for Suarez to finish this off. Let's go. Good shit. Soto walks, 11 walks now. Yeah, what a terrible game for the Dodgers in their pitching. Great for you guys, though. Great clutch hit from Kelenic, and if Ty France actually wasn't as big as he is, he might have been able to get himself home, but a little bit bigger of a player like Cal Raleigh. Bottom of the 8th, Astros 4, Mariners 3. Runners on the corners on first and third for Seattle, 2 away. Let's go. Everything will be in the bottom of the ticker. Come on, Suarez. You're due, baby. Let's go. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-1 count. Suarez batting .231 with only 3 homers and 18 ribbies versus lefties .250 versus righties .228. And all his homers are off righties, so 16 RBIs versus righties, 2 versus lefties. So this is perfect. 0 for 3 for Suarez. Pitches high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Good eye. Suarez? Yes, let's go. Tie ball game, baby. Suarez, clutch hit after clutch hit after clutch hit. Let's go. Started off with Ty, then Jared, then Eugenio. Let's go. We're knotted up at 4. Let's go. That's what happens when you take the trash out of the room. Yeah, baby. No longer the Astros are up. We're tied. We're tied up, baby. Let's go. Clutch hit for Suarez. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. We're knotted up at 4 with runners at first and second. I mean, it'd be really sweet if Cal goes yard here. We go up 7-4. We could actually win this. And I got my beautiful Cal Raleigh autograph rookie card here through Topps that I got when he hit that game-winning home run to get us into the playoffs. I got my Julio game-issued Mariner bauble on my birthday that my dad got, and he actually got a mint one. I told him it's going to be $75 to $100. Nobody's giving that shit up on eBay. And I got a perfect box. I actually opened it to make sure that it was all like mint and good condition in there. So. But I do need to get the Cal Raleigh. Big swing and a miss, 2 balls, 1 strike. That'll be the next one that I get. But I mean, I got so many figures on the desk already. I got Ken Griffey Jr. Ichiro dual bauble. I got a Ken Griffey Jr. based off the 89 Upper Deck rookie card, giveaway. I got the Randy Johnson and the Dan Wilson. I got all kinds of baubles. And I'm going to leave the Julio in the box, though, since that's the very first one. Big swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big rip by Cal. But I can take the Cal one out of the box, but I just want to make sure I keep that Julio in good shape because that's going to be the very first Julio Seattle Mariner game issued bauble. And there's probably going to be, by the time his career is over, he'll probably have like 10. So getting that first one and having it mint is ideal. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dusk, my boy, how are you? What's good? Big rally here against the Astros. We've knotted it up 4-4. And we got my boy, Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. The fans are into it now. Yordan Alvarez hit a 3-run dinger on Luis Castillo, and that kind of set the tone. But we're fighting back. Cal, chop foul towards first base. Come on, baby. This could be our one chance to win this game because who knows what we get in the 9th inning. We might not get a whole lot. So we want to take advantage as much as possible. And we haven't been able to rack up 3 consecutive hits until just this inning, with France leading it off, then Kelenic, and then Suarez. Can we do 4 in a row? Sometimes you just got to find that one inning where you get that rally going for 2, 3, 4 consecutive batters. And I love these Seattle Connect jerseys. Let's go. Come on, Big Dumper. Let's go, Cal. Got him. Struck him out. Damn it. Well, at least we tied it, though, so there's still a chance to go to extras. Let's go, Mariners. All right, let's go to the top of the 9th. At least we tied it, man. Yeah, not a whole lot going on. I mean, obviously on the hockey side, the game started to kind of early, and then it was a blowout, 6-1 for Carolina and New Jersey. I feel like if the matchup maybe was a little bit better, and then obviously we had the Dodgers and Padres with Kershaw and Yu Darvish, and then we had basketball, but I wasn't able to do the Celtics or Sixers anyways. It was too early. So, and I haven't done a Mariner game in a week and a half or so, 2 weeks. So, and then tomorrow we'll do WWE. What is it? Is it Backlash? Is that what it is? So we're going to do the WWE pay-per-view. We'll do that. And then looks like it starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow, Pacific time. So we'll do that. And then on Sunday, we'll do the Kraken. Damn, 10 out of 10. 0.064. Nice. Well, I mean, looks like you guys are probably going to get it. I mean, anytime you rough up Kershaw like that, I mean, it's top of the 9th. I mean, and the Dodgers, it's not the same like resilient team when it's like they're down by 2, 3, 4 runs in the 8th or 9th, and they actually come back like 1 out of every like 8 opportunities. That's how it was back in the day. But now with this roster, they're not as good, but they still are a pretty good team if you think, look at records, all things considered. The Braves are better, but we'll see what the Dodgers can do as the weather gets better. And obviously your Padres were struggling early on, and they're starting to kind of get it together. So, all right, we're knotted up at 4. That's a good sign. I mean, for the longest time, it looked like, oh God, this one's going to be, over, and it's going to be ugly. But you got to take the trash out sometimes, and once you take the trash out, good shit happens. Leading off at the top of the 9th. First baseman 0 for 3 with a K, Jose Abreu, but he's not the same player as he was previously. This is kind of like a watered-down version of a Jose Abreu. Batting second, right fielder Kyle Tucker, who I absolutely love, my favorite player on the Astros, if I actually have one. And my second favorite, batting third, shortstop Jeremy Pena. I mean, of course, I love Alvarez, but anyone on planet Earth can say Yordan is your favorite on the Astros team. But like I said, sometimes it's not about just the guys that get the home runs. But those are the top 3, obviously. Alvarez, Tucker, Pena. Don't got any love for, not a whole lot of love for Bregman or for Altuve, especially Altuve. But I do feel sorry for him when he got his, obviously shit broken in the WBC. 0 for 3 with a ground out in the 6th for Abreu. Come on, baby. We've got Brash in, who I like. But we need to have Munoz healthy. That's what we need. 3-0 count. Come on, Brash. Get your shit together. Finally a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Abreu. Come on, baby. Jordan is the Mariner killer for sure. Well, that was just a dumb decision to have Robbie Ray, when he was struggling at the end of the season, to even put him in that position. But honestly, it could have been anybody that he was probably going to go yard, if the pitch was anywhere in the strike zone. I mean, he was just a monster last year. So. All right, come on, Brash. Top of the ninth, 4-4, Stros Mariners tied up. We got a 3 RBI hit from Colton Wong, and then we got consecutive hits out of France, which was unexpected. Kelenic and Suarez, and here we are, 4-4 in the top of the ninth. Let's go M, Sour Vanilla in the building. What'd it do? .275 homers, 20 ribbies for Tucker. Good eye. And that's one thing I like about Tucker, even though there's not very many things as a Mariner fan that I do enjoy about Houston. Obviously everyone, dislikes Altuve, the whole cheating shit, right? But if you look at Tucker, the way that he works the count, he's very good on both sides versus lefties and righties. Just a disciplined hitter, very consistent. Doesn't really show a whole lot of emotion, doesn't get overly excited or overly pissed off. Very solid. Like I said, if I could choose one guy to add to the Mariners, it would, most people would say Yordan Alvarez, but behind him, then yeah, it would be definitely Tucker and Pena. I feel Tucker and Pena are very underrated. 1-2 pitch to Tucker, chopped foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, a lot of teams' alternate uniforms have been pretty swaggy. I mean, obviously, I think the pants, that's one thing that, doesn't really match. Like the pants could be it could have been an all blue or blue and white or blue and gray or, blue pants with yellow stripe. But I get what they're going for. They're going for kind of a unique look, something different. That's just like, and it's not like anyone's going to go and buy the pants. People are going to buy the hat and people are going to buy the jersey. So come on, Brash. This would be awesome if we can steal this game from Houston. One-two pitch. Pitches inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tucker. Career high 107 RBIs last season. But Tucker only has 1 home run in the last 19 games, but not today. I can't have him go yard right now. I mean, I'm talking all nice about him and how much I enjoy his play and who he is, but I know how capable he is to win a game for the Astros. Come on, Brash. $30. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. Two-two pitch. On the corner. That should have been strike 3 right there. What's the deal? Right on the corner. That should have been a struck out looking. Now it's count is full. Congrats, man. I know my dad probably isn't too happy, but you guys earned the win with all those walks and that timely hitting. Good job, bro. I know that it's been a struggle being a Padre fan early on, but you guys are starting to get better. Tucker pops up. Back, gone. Well, there you go. That's what happens when I give all the credit to Tucker and I say he's my favorite player on Houston, and he hits a home run. I got to stop talking so nicely about the other team, especially about guys that I really like. And then obviously the sports gods are like, oh, Ryan likes Tucker. Boom. Well, there it is. There's the game. That's why he's more valuable sometimes than Bregman or Alvarez or even Pena, like that. That hurts. I got to stop talking good about these guys. But I can't just be a straight up hater. But he's a great player. I mean, that's just, what it comes down to. He'll do that to Seattle. He'll do that to anybody. First 3 hit game of the season, no surprise. All right, Pena's up next. That definitely took a lot of wind out of everything. 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul. 1 for 3. Single in the fourth.
This feels like the pretty typical spot where Paul Sewell will be pitching.
Tucker. That's what happens when I like him the most. But when you watch baseball, you know who's good. You know who's capable, to come up in big plays. And I feel like Tucker and Pena, sometimes they'll be able to come up in big situations more than Altuve, Bregman, or Alvarez. Got him. All right, 1 away. At least we got Pena out. Next up, left fielder Corey Julks. Right down the middle for a strike. Come on, Brash. Fucking A. I mean, we fought so hard to even get it from fucking 4-3 to 4-4. That's why we need Munoz, man. Yeah, that was a clear strike 3. And then one more pitch, he took advantage. That sucks, man, because like I said, I think we would have been able to win this game if they would have called that. We would have been able to just, go through the batters there. But one extra pitch led to the right down the middle, and there it is. I'm not saying it's completely over. There's still a chance. But, I mean, it's not like the Mariners have shown this year that they've been able to fight adversity. I mean, hits are so far and few between for us. Myers popped up. Fuck. Hernandez not fast enough. Bloop single. Fucking A, man. Yeah, Brash, get the fuck out of there. Next up, catcher Martin Maldonado. Well, thanks a lot, Matt. You fucking lost the game for us. So get out of here.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I feel free to bare my skin thanks to Skyrizi. I'm celebrating my clear skin my way. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. In another study, most people have 90% clearer skin even at 5 years. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Thanks to clear skin with Skyrizi, this is my moment. There's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Not really. I mean, it just depends on how long you've been watching the Mariners. If you've been watching the Mariners just for a couple years, that's nothing, But for someone like me that's been watching since like the mid 80s, they've only had like 4 good seasons in their like history. Like it hasn't really been that good. 1995, the Griffey slide, 95 slide, right? With Edgar Martinez and Griffey. 97, in Griffey's, MVP year. 2001 with Ichiro's rookie year and, winning 100 plus games. That was fantastic in last year. So, I mean, we've had 4 good years in the last 30. And if you're not as old as me and you're younger, you've only really experienced, a little bit of heartache and then ended up having the playoffs last year. So I don't think it's painful for being a Mariners fan, And like I said, we have some of the greats of all time. I mean, Griffey, Randy Johnson, Edgar Martinez, Ichiro, Julio. I mean, we got some nice pieces over the years. Yeah, we don't have any World Series or anything, but obviously that's the goal. We're trying to get to that point. I live here in the Pacific Northwest, Oregon. Oh, did Scott Service just got ejected? They kicked him out? I don't know if he's bitching about the Tucker. Because that should have been a strike 3 right there, and then they did one more pitch, and but it is what it is. All right, Scott Service is ejected. Well, he's trying to rally the troops here. Show some a little emotion and whatnot. All right, top of the ninth, 6-4 Houston. Tucker with a 2-run bomb. My favorite player on the Astros, and he delivers. Again, what's new? Taylor Saucedo. And like I said, it's like, you can be a bandwagon fan and just be a fan of a team that wins all the time, but then it doesn't mean anything when you actually do something, because you're numb, to winning because you just win all the time and you're just bandwagon. But when you have a team and you stick with them and it sucks, and then you finally do something like amazing, it's an amazing thing, man. Like the emotion that you feel, it means way more than if you were just winning every year, because you take that shit for granted. But when it takes a long time to be good and then you build something special, it means a hell of a lot more to real fans. Maldonado in the box. 1-1 pitch with a runner at first, 2 away. Pitches outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, but like I said, I met Griffey in '89 in his rookie year and met his dad, got the autograph on the rookie card, got the photo. So I've always, had been, none of my friends met Griffey. Like, it was just one of those things. It's just, it definitely defined me. If I didn't meet Ken Griffey Jr. when I was 7, in his rookie year in '89, I probably wouldn't be here today, honestly. It was one of the most important days of my life. Not JT in the building. How are you, bro? Top of the ninth, Astros 6, Mariners 4. Runner at first, 2 away. 2-2 pitch to Maldonado from Saucedo. Pitches outside, 3-2 count. Count is full. Got to get Maldonado out with just like a little dribbler. A little ground out. Swing and a miss. Got him. There we go. Sit down. Maldonado strikes out. Now we go to the bottom of the ninth. Down by 2 runs. All right, we need a miracle now. All right, in the bottom of the ninth, last chance for the Mariners to tie this up to go to extra innings or possibly win. Leading off for the Mariners, 1 for 3 with a run and a K, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a run with a base on ball and a K, DH Taylor Trammell. Let's go. Last chance. Yeah.
This is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
Yeah, but like Colton Wong normally is like the worst player, on the team typically, and he was the one that got 3 RBIs on a single hit. So if it wasn't for him, then we wouldn't even be getting close to this number 4 that we're sitting at now. We'd be sitting at 1. So you never know, man. Like I said, obviously it's not looking good, but sometimes the least, expected guy steps up. Like when I went to go see the Cardinals and the Mariners, when I went up there for my birthday with my boy Justin, Duffelbag Boys, Colton Wong was still terrible, batting under 100. And we sat next to a Brewer fan that was a Colton Wong fan. We joked about him, and he ended up going 3 for 4 and had the best game of his season. So you never know when a guy actually gets the rhythm going. So. All right, come on, baby. We need a miracle here.
There just aren't many relievers, period, let alone guys in the ninth inning that have 4 pitches. Right, exactly. It's typically down in the zone, that's where you might keep it on the ground. Last year developed that change at near the end of the season.
God, I love old vintage wrestling figures. Nothing better. Nothing better. Old school WWF figures from 88 to 92. Classic. All right, Teoscar. It's the bottom of the ninth, 6-4. We were knotted up at 4, even though it didn't look like we were going to get there when we were down, 4-0. Found a way to be able to get there. And then obviously my favorite player on the Astros made me pay. I said how great he is. He ends up hitting a fucking 2-run shot, there in the ninth. And it's his first 3 for 4 game. And of course he does it when I'm watching. It's not, some other game that I'm not watching. Of course it has to happen in the game that I'm calling. Teoscar, there we go. Let's go. Set the tone, baby. There we go. Safe. Oh, he went to second. Safe. They're going to challenge it, though. Hopefully he was safe. Oh, he got aggressive and went to second. Probably should have stayed at first. And they're going to take a look to see if that was an out. Hopefully that he'll be safe. The call was safe, and they're going to see in review. But I hope he got his foot in. Because if we have him at second, we actually do have a shot. Let's look. Oh, he's out. Fuck! Damn it, he's out. Fuck! Great throw, and he's out. God damn it. He should have just stayed at first base. Damn. Damn. He's out. You're a 5 and 95? Yeah, I was born in 82, so I've been watching since the mid 80s. Yeah, but I still got. So here's Griffey, me and my dad, and that's 1989. And then here's my dad, me, and Sandy Koufax, Dodger legend. And then from this, I still have this. Look at the autograph. I mean, there's not very many people that have better autographs than Griffey. That's facts. Why did he go to second? I mean, but obviously if they sent him there to try to, and he stopped he hesitated. If he didn't hesitate, he probably would have been safe, but he hesitated, and that was the reason he got out. He should have just stayed at first. JP with a hit. Fuck. If we just would have been good right there, we could have had a runner at first and second. God damn it. What a waste there for being too aggressive. But you live and you learn. At least JP got a hit there. Nice job. And we still have a chance. 6-4 Stros, bottom of the ninth, 1 out, runner at first. Next up, Taylor Trammell. He's got 2 hits for the season and both are homers. So maybe we can do something here. Chopper towards first, foul. 0-1 count. The Don Russ rookie card. I mean, normally a Don Russ card, is going to be like a Topps or a Fleer, only worth like $10 to $15, unless it's graded. And then depending on the grade, it'll be worth more. Now with the autograph on it, and also it being from 1989 in his rookie year, nothing too crazy, $100, $150. It's more sentimental for me. Like I'll never sell it, because it's got his DNA on it and I met him and, I got the picture and everything. But I mean, there's going to be other cards that you can buy that are serial numbered. And we just obviously got the double play there and the game is over. Stros win 6-4. But again, even if someone offered me, 300, 400, 500, which is worth more than what it's worth, I wouldn't sell it. So I mean, if I already sold a Jordan rookie that's worth 20 to 30,000, I got to at least hang on to something. So, well, if we weren't so aggressive there with Teoscar Hernandez, maybe we would have been able to get something going there. But that homer by Tucker was the final nail in the coffin. Final score: Astros 6 and Mariners 4. We tried to battle, but just wasn't good enough.
Yes, we will take a look back at the Tucker at bat in the ninth inning. Full count, crash slider. Did it catch some of the plate? Yes, it did. We will talk about that. Talk about the skipper's ejection. We'll also go back. Luis Castillo, 7 strong innings on the mound tonight. We'll talk look back at his night. Hopefully, hear from the starter. Look ahead to tomorrow's game as well. So lots to get to on our post-game show. Unfortunately, though, the Astros get that home run late. We'll delve into that a little bit more. 6-4 then take America's post-game presented by Emerald Queen Casino. Coming right up on Rich Sports.
All right, hold on one sec here. All right, so we probably will stay on here for another 15 minutes to the 3-hour mark. I'll probably finish watching the rest of the Suns and the Nuggets, unless there's anything else that I can turn on now that's on, which I don't think so. I think everything else is pretty much done. And then if we get any goats to come through to save the day, that would be awesome. And then if not, we'll do the WWE Backlash pay-per-view at 5 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, and then we'll do the Kraken game at 6:30 on Sunday night. We'll see if we end up doing 2 streams on Sunday. But it looks like the Mariners and Dodgers play late, so there's no chance for me to do Mariners in the morning and then do the WWE pay-per-view later. So
I just switched to Verizon. So you got an awesome network. And when I switched, I got to choose the phone I wanted for free. Not bragging.
and the game is on ESPN. We got the Star Wars marathon going for May the 4th be with you, even though it's Cinco de Mayo now.
Okay, that's a brag.
All right, let me go here. All right, 105-98. The Suns are still up, trying to get that first victory against Denver.
Across the Spider-Verse. Exclusively in movie theaters June 2nd. How does Little Caesars know when to bring back pretzel crust?
I'm sure they've got it down to a science.
He's dancing! Pretzel crust is back! The crust the world craves is back at Little Caesars. Pizza, pizza. 5 million pile code
I got to look at the stat sheet here. Pretty rough. Let's take a look. How many total hits do we have? We actually finished the game. We didn't even have any hits until the 5th inning, and we finished with 8. Astros had 7, but obviously when you get 2 out of your 7 hits or a 3-run shot and a 2-run shot, and you get 5 runs out of 2 out of your 7 hits, that'll usually get you the dub. So all right, we'll finish this. Nuggets game with the Suns. See if the Suns can pull it out, and then we'll call it a day. And then we'll be back tomorrow for WWE Backlash, which I think will probably, hopefully, be halfway decent. And then we'll do the Kraken Sunday night. Murray's got 32. Joker's got 23. Phoenix is probably in shock right now, thinking that that they were going to be good enough to be able to hang with Denver and maybe upset them, and then you can figure out what you're going to do with the Lakers and the Warriors series. But I mean, Phoenix might be able to win this one, but will they be able to tie up the series? We will see. Booker's got 43, 6-6, and they needed him to have a huge game to be able to beat a team that's a defensive-minded team and a rebounding type of team like the Nuggets. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get Celtics Nuggets in the finals. Yeah, definitely a must-win.
Denver, it's a 6-point game. Unfortunately tonight, for Michael Porter Jr. after struggling in the
first 2 games of this series. That's his 5th 3. Shot better than the rebounds. Good night for him. A good sign for the Nuggets.
107-101 Suns with 4 minutes to go. Oh, man, tough. But that's kind of the way that this season has gone, so I'm not too surprised. Durant from deep. He's been really turning the ball over way too much in the playoffs. .340 left in the fourth quarter. 107-101 Suns. I haven't watched a whole lot of game 1 or game 2. Nice board by Durant. And this will probably be the last thing that's on tonight. KD with a jumper. It's good. 109-101 Phoenix. Well, this is definitely, like Sarah said, a must-win game for them. You can't go down 3-0 thinking you're going to come back. Not against Denver. Not against a 1 seed that typically plays defense and rebounds. Oh, and 1 for the Joker. God, he's good. God, he is good. Boston. Don't know if that's going to happen, but it just felt like Boston and Milwaukee were the 2 best teams all year. You know, whoever was going to come out of the East, if it was one of those 2 teams, because I just thought the Sixers were 3rd best, but just not as good as the other 2. But I didn't anticipate Giannis getting hurt and then missing all those free throws at the end. But we will see. All right, I'm going to go take a quick peek to see what Paisley's doing, since we'll be wrapping up here in just a few minutes.
Ortho Home Defense Max Indoor Insect Barrier. One application kills and prevents bugs for 365 days. Nature's wild. Your home doesn't have to be.
When we were a motorized bicycle, they said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are one thing, but you can't make cars. All right, you're a car company, but you won't win Formula One on a highway. Well, you'll never compete off-road. What about when there is no road? No gas. They've challenged us to do a lot of things. What will we do next? On the power of dreams.
You chicken nuggets from KFC? Everybody's gonna want these. Let's take these inside.
I do. Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. You've never had nuggets like these.
It has been an incredible night for the Denver duo and the Phoenix duo. And it's been an amazing postseason, a historic one for each of those duos as well. When you talk about duos averaging at least 25 points apiece for an entire postseason, yeah, plus 5 assists, Kyrie and LeBron, Jokic, Murray, Booker, Durant. That's it. Durant tonight, 7 assists. Booker, 7. And Murray has 4. Jokic has 16. You saw the point production from each of them moments ago.
And specifically with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you can't emphasize enough. Given the injuries, given the pieces they gave up to get Kevin Durant, there are questions about their depth.
Yeah, obviously they had to crawl before they walk, and the Warriors were much better last year. You know, they were just a team on a mission that you could kind of feel it. That Boston was a good team, and they could win a couple, but they're not going to win 3 or 4 games, not against that team. Same thing with the Avalanche when they played the Tampa Bay Lightning. You could just kind of tell that, you know, Tampa Bay was good, just like Boston, but only good enough to win like 2. And that's typically how, you know, a lot of finals appearances are going to go. It's not going to be a sweep. One team isn't going to be so dominant where one team wins 4 and the other team wins 1, and maybe not good enough for it to go 7. So, I mean, there's kind of a reason why a lot of series end in 6. 112-104 Suns. 2 minutes to go. Paisley's on the couch. She's waiting for dad. Nice pass. Oh, and 1. Wow. That was absurd. Michael Porter Jr. with the flush. Joker is insane. Yeah, me too. And like I'm glad that I decided to do it. You know, if the Kraken weren't at Game 7 against Colorado, I mean, who knows if I would have ended up, you know, getting into it. But I'm actually watching every matchup in the playoffs and really embracing it. And I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, if we had a better matchup today, I would have maybe considered even doing it over the Mariner game or the Dodgers. So, but we're going to do a lot of hockey, and we've been getting good results. We get better results than even on the baseball side. So, but I'll be able to do all the Kraken, and then if there's other matchups that are halfway decent, then I'll even consider doing those even over Mariners and Dodgers possibly, or something else. So, all right, we got a minute 30 before the game is over here, but I'm loving it too. I mean, I'm loving the NHL playoffs more than the NBA, honestly. Murray for 3, no good. If that shot would have fell, they might have had a slight chance, but a little too late. Now they're just going to slow the game down. 114-107. You're up by 7. Must win for Phoenix. Booker. And the layup is good. Now it's over. How many is that? 45 for Booker? All right, we got 4 minutes to go. Anything that you want to see, Sarah, photo-wise? I was hoping that we could get a few more people to come through. But obviously it's Cinco de Mayo. So some people are drinking, some people are partying, and they're hanging out with friends and doing other things. So, but we got a few more minutes left, and then I'll just make it to the 3-hour mark. I doubt we're going to have anybody else. It's already 9:45 here, 9:46, which means it's 11:46 or 12:46, depending on where you're at. So obviously when the games are this late. So go through some of the photos from today. And then by the time I go through all these, it will be good to go. Astros. No Altuve, but it didn't even matter. Alvarez, 3-run dinger. Tough. Tucker. I got to stop talking so nice about players on the opposing teams. That one came back to bite us. Peña's a stud. Javier, I see you. Julio just needs to be better, too. That's a big part of our kind of decline. You got to have your best players playing well, and gosh, all of them are struggling. But I'll still ride or die. 116-110 Suns with 50 seconds left. Love me some Kellenic, though. At least we have one bright spot. Durant with a jumper is good. That's the nail in the coffin. Was nice to see Colton Wong do something, though. That was rare. And hopefully we get some people to come and watch the WWE pay-per-view. I mean, we usually have our regulars and whatnot, so, and I definitely enjoy it. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to really look at the card and whatnot, so I'll have to look at it. But what does the card look like, Sarah, for tomorrow's pay-per-view? Does it actually look halfway decent, or is it going to be one of those shitty pay-per-views that's like a 5 to a 7? Some Jaden Schwartz.
Visit your Verizon store during our spring savings event and choose the phone you want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us. Verizon. Have you been craving a backyard burger with smoky, char-grilled flavor, comeback sauce,
all right, let's
smoked bacon?
see if I can get you a couple Jadens here.
You can fire up your car's engine.
Sorry about your Cardinals. I mean, that's rough, you know what I mean? But like I said, at least you're not going through hell just alone. You know, I'm going there. I'm not in a very good spot either.
I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Create a free Indeed account and get back to the fun while employers search for you.
The Phoenix Suns with a 6-point lead, 17.5 seconds to go in game 3. Big bucket here from Kevin Durant moments ago. And after a slow start, one from his first 8. Never losing confidence. Not that guy.
All right, we're at the 3-hour mark. I appreciate you and all the hard work. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow for the WWE pay-per-view for Backlash in 2023. Thank you so much for everyone that donated, chatted, shared. You guys are the best. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Orion, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.